Well, hello everyone out there in YouTube and Twitch land. It's Carlos Gomez. This is Sketch Zone Podcast.
Yo.
The podcast where we take a couple minutes to get to know some of our friends out there, creative friends out there in the interwebs. This week we're going to go ahead and take a moment and get to know, welcome back, and get to know a little more Jeff. Mind one.
What is going on, guys? What is up? I appreciate that Mr. Rogers entrance you gave me right there.
That was
He broke down.
that was labored.
He broke down his intro during his intro. And then
I was going to come in hot and heavy. I was going to come in hot and heavy, but then I'm like,
I was waiting for the cardigan to go on and you to take one shoe off. And
Yeah, like I thought he was start tying his shoes and stuff. So glad to have you here.
welcome back.
Thanks for having me, man. I've been super excited to be here.
Oh yeah, we're excited to have return guests. Because there's a lot of folks that are like, okay, I did my time, and then that's it. We don't hear back from them. So when you guys come back, I'm like, all right, cool. We didn't piss you off quite enough, so we're gonna do our best to come at you.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, and before we talk to Jeff about Mr. Rogers' movie out there, let's go ahead and welcome Charlie B. Williams III.
Hey, I'm back. Do I sound buttery smooth? Yes. I got the best Father's Day gift ever.
More like chocolatey, silky.
Hell yeah. It's really good. I got an arm.
Rain.
This beautiful mic that I bought, I no longer have it on this BS stand here that I can knock over in the middle of the podcast because my gun does knock it over. It's great. Shout out to my wife.
I will say I'm excited that
thank you, Monica.
Now when you move around all crazy, just bring the mic with you so we can hear you consistently.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna move it back so then when I want to like lean backwards, I'm just gonna pull the mic this way.
Look at you go.
There you go.
Just chill.
Look at you go.
And just go. It's gonna be great.
I was gonna do the very same thing. Because I have a beanbag chair back there. I was gonna just set everything up.
I can see you. I was like, shit, maybe I should just do the boom mic thing, right? Just put it above me like this, and then just let it talk like this. It's like, oh, don't worry, I got a crew behind me. They sound good, But
just make sure you tell them to turn you up in the headphones.
Yeah, turn me up. Turn me up.
Where's my snare?
More cowbell.
Cowbell. Need more cowbell. Good.
Hey,
so bad.
Jack Kasperzak is here too.
I am here. I don't have a thing.
A quick hello to Corey's sister and Landon and
y'all.
Whoever
Corey
else.
on the chat.
Welcome
Whoever
back.
else. There's a handful of folks watching already. Give us a little tip of the cap so we know who's there, so we can give you a little shout out.
Every time I talk into the mic, Corey's heart skips a beat. It's gonna be great. Shout out to Corey.
Doom Tunes, yo, what's up? It's Max from Ground Zero. What's up, Max from Ground Zero? Welcome.
Who else?
So now that all of the greetings are in place, let's go ahead and get into. That's right. Hotline 408 Sketch 8. That's 408-753-8248. International caller 011-408-753-8248.
You're not gonna mess up my group.
I forget.
Twitch. If anybody's on Twitch, please clip that face that he made when he heard the music. he was truly lost.
I was like, that is not where I was going, but I see what you did.
He usually recovers, but the mind wasn't working fast enough this week, and he was like, oh.
Hello, Shiloh. Hello, B. Abram.
What up, B? Get it?
Yeah. So now that we got the Sketch Zone hotline 408 Sketch 8, so that's 408-753-8248. International 011-408-753-8248. Let's go ahead and get into.
Let's go up to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe
every day because they were paint. All right, guys. Not that many people joined in this week, but everyone that did, I will say, killed it this week.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So now we have. Let's take a look at Shiloh. Shiloh has it. Oh, for the record, termite performing dojo were the 3 words.
Nice.
And yeah,
Use the sketch some fun prompter.
that's right. So yeah, Shiloh yet again. Look at it's bananas.
The lighting,
bananas.
the lighting on this one.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
He's got a crowd.
How many characters does he have this week? He just wants to show you
there's it's standing room only here.
I don't know. They all look like they're termites. They all look like they're in the same family, but they all look different.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Check out this dude right on the side. He's eating a log.
Like got a snack.
It's those cute little clever things that Shiloh does that just makes me keep on coming.
So good.
If it wasn't for Shiloh, I wouldn't watch this show.
Wait, what? What are you doing over there? Wait a minute. The best part about this is which I noticing now is the guy with the gong.
This guy.
He's just waiting for him to mess up so he can gong him off.
Yeah.
You suck.
You need those 2 guys up in the balcony from the Muppets.
Oh yeah, we should have
Yeah.
You should do them with
anyway,
fake antennas on and stuff.
Great job, Shiloh.
So good. So good.
This is mine.
a termime.
A termime. He is performing, and the sensei is very not pleased.
Mm-hmm. One, the sensei's mad, right? He's like, "What are you wearing? First of all, where's your gi?"
Sensei is disappointed. He's not mad. He's disappointed.
He's very disappointed. He's realizing a lot about that student.
You know, the one thing I really noticed about this guy is he's got really nice teeth.
They're perfectly aligned.
They're so good, right?
For eating wood, he's got
But he doesn't eat wood. He's like a wooditarian or something. Wood messes up your teeth, jacks them all up, makes them pointy. So he ain't about that life.
Right. What was funny was I was torn between him doing the invisible wall or him doing the glass box. And then it was just wonderful because I realized that termites have multiple hands. And so I was able to do both of them.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's fantastic.
So stupid.
That was the exciting part of my life.
Yeah, but which expression is he using? Which pair of hands does his expressions for?
I don't know.
Behind a wall in a glass box. That's what.
That's right. He's like, where do I go? I'm stuck between an invisible rock and an invisible hard spot.
There you go.
Wood and hard space.
So yeah, let's take a look at Cander's Creations.
Nice.
I like this one. Yeah, he's definitely performing, juggling and such.
Yeah.
I like it.
On a thimble for scale.
So good.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I like this one.
And this one, this next one has officially changed history.
Changing the game.
It's changed history. Bam. The first ever animated fun prompt.
Oh, dang.
Pencil test.
Boom. Yes.
Dude, that's so dope.
Because I kept doing still I kept doing still frames of the little gag of breaking boards, and I was like, no, he should be eating the board, and it just wasn't reading. So I was like, maybe I need to.
Yeah, I agree with Shiloh. A whole new level, Jack.
Yeah.
Yo, so. Come on now.
I think I need your sound effects.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Landon said must have been another slow week at work for Jack.
Yeah. Because he just do a presentation. Look at the narrative that just began. Did you do this? You just pencil testing. Because how many frames is this, Jack?
I mean, I did it on 2s, so it's not like super fluid.
But it's cool because you did it on Scratchboard.
It's like 7 seconds long.
Okay.
But there's a lot of hold frames in there.
Yeah, Jack representing the animators. Yeah.
Corey bringing it all the way back.
Yeah. You know what this means, though, now, Corey? Now he's opened the floodgates. I'm going to need to see one from
exactly
you next
right. Exactly right.
You need to show off that skills, buddy.
Yeah. So Jack just taking it a notch. So with that, let's go ahead. That was wonderful.
Yo, can you get that sound effect like recorded?
To the fun prompter. Exactly. So far we have adjective, animal, and character.
Are we switching it up? Let's change.
Yeah. It's up to.
What did we do last time? We did
I don't
action.
Location.
What did we do last time?
We did
1,
location.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We did
an animal, action, and location.
Yeah.
That's what we did last time.
How about you, Jeff? What do you think? We can put all the pressure on your shoulders.
So I mean, since you guys already did the action and location, I mean, it's only we should just pick style, of course.
Oh,
how dare you! Damn it!
Carlos doesn't like style.
What are we taking out?
Unless style pops up and it says Carlos style, then I'm like, oh hell yeah, that works.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
I
gotta get out.
You guys did an animal last week. Let's just do an adjective, character, and style. That'd be dope.
Adjective, character, and style. All right, let's see what happens.
Nice.
How about a detail-oriented butler in Chuck Jones style?
Oh, that's super weird and like specific.
That's so good.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
That's super dope.
Everyone's like,
chat room.
Yeah.
Chat room. What do you guys think?
You have to do a little bit of research.
Chuck Jones, the
Jones style. In the chat room, silent.
They're like, who's Chuck Jones?
Corey said, nice. Does that already exist?
Maybe.
No.
It might.
Maybe.
Is Chuck Jones not a butler?
Is he not a butler?
Probably. Bugs must have been a butler at one point.
Or that, yeah. Or probably like some of those really huge fellas that he always had.
Fellas.
I think I like this one.
What do you think, Shiloh? Who else there? I wonder. I like this one, Alice. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be tough to animate.
Yeah, I'm going back to single.
I am not animating the Chuck Jones style. It will catch me at work for sure.
Look, Doomtoon says he's down. So
all right,
let's do it. So there. We're in.
This is a good one. I don't think you guys have done it in a specific style.
No, we haven't done that before.
No, because I'm scared.
We're getting you outside of that.
Carl's like, I'll be honest right now. I'm scared.
Oh yeah. But what'll be fun is, actually, do we need the outro to this? Hit it.
Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe every day's a good day when you paint.
I love this.
My interpretive dance.
Yeah, you're doing good.
What's going to be fun is doing this on the new IGTV.
Oh, we're going into that.
Brand new. Pa.
IGTV.
IGTV.
Yo, we need the air horn, the hip hop air horn, and we need gunshots, Jack.
Gunshots.
Those are your two new ones.
What do you need gunshots for?
When Carlos starts to take shots at people, or at certain establishments, it just wants to go doom, and then like the air horn, and we go real like it's hip hop beef sound.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But yeah,
We already got the air horn.
we do got the air horn. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, IGTV. It just launched yesterday.
Yeah, they it seems like this is Instagram's Landon said, cool prompt, sorry, I was in the middle of a video game. Oh, okay. Don't let us interrupt you.
Yo, Landon.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Landon
buddy.
was like, I was just watching Mind One play
He was like,
on Twitch, and now you guys are
this Mind
interrupting.
One chump. I don't need to watch this. Let's get somebody important on here.
Like Landon's catching up with from 5 minutes ago. Like, thanks, yo. Past that level, just put it on pause. Let's see what they're doing. Check back in.
So I guess this is Instagram's way of taking on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, have you heard anything about this yet?
I have not. I'm kind of looking at it right now. I'm assuming it's going to be mobile only, obviously, because Instagram is still only mobile. It might be a tough thing for them though, because a lot of people, especially on YouTube Live and stuff, they're using their iPads. They're using desktop computers to capture and stream to YouTube.
Yeah.
And Instagram is really just kind of stuck to a phone.
Yeah, I think the target market that they're going for is Snapchat and all the other ones for like the elongated video and stuff like that. Longer than what is it currently? Before
right now the longest,
besides the live stuff, but just the longest uploaded video.
I think live you can go for an hour, but to add to your story, it's only a minute.
Yep. So now they're doing like you can upload an hour, just straight hour video.
I almost feel like, I don't know, it's weird because there's so many companies in this space right now that are kind of dominating it. For them to venture into that is kind of weird for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because like they made it seamless when you come onto it. So like as soon as you download it, as soon as you open it up, it finds your Instagram account already, and then it puts your favorites in there, and it puts people that you like based on your favorites, and then it takes you straight to their new IGT or LG. What was it?
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ, right? No. It takes them to the new Instagram page, and a bunch of them.
I can be a queen. Is that what's going on?
and a bunch of them put on the channel like, hey, this is the first post for this Instagram thing.
No
and they didn't know what to do. Yeah, they're like, okay, but we'll see what we'll do with this. Like, I follow Marquise Brownlee and stuff like that on YouTube, and then a couple other ones. He was like, here we are, but we'll see what we do with this page, So they're all kind of things. So I'm interested to see what it looks like. I would say in like a month.
Yeah. So is it a live thing or is it an uploaded?
No, it's an upload thing.
Curated channels. Yeah, it's curated channels. So like uploaded thing, And then all the influencers are on there.
So just imagine if YouTube and Instagram had a baby.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But
it's still kind of weird for me. Twitch has tried to do that too, because you can now upload videos to Twitch. But it hasn't really gone anywhere because Twitch's mainstay is live,
Right.
Yeah. And doesn't Twitch videos have a shelf life?
Yes.
Or are they up there forever? Okay,
the upload ones do not.
Uploads
your VODs do. Like whenever you go live and it records, that's a shelf life, but your uploads stay forever.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting because I know I use a lot more Instagram now, and I know that a lot more celebrities are using Instagram, and they're uploading live, but some of them I do know is uploading videos, but they were asking for more, so I think that's what they're looking for too. And it seems like a lot of like higher level influencers, like who the Kim Kardashians and like the ball players and stuff like that, because obviously Instagram has all those. and they're all jumping on board. You know, and some of the like music professionals and stuff like that, all the superstars and stuff like that, they're all there. So I can see like, you know, live weekly show or daily 1 hour show type content being uploaded and people tuning in to their Instagram channel, since it's all integrated, because eventually it'll be integrated into the Instagram, your regular Instagram too, not just being the mobile app. But maybe you have to use the mobile app in order to do the actual live video, but be able to watch all the channels and all that good stuff, because it's done by channels, and those channels are people's names or whatever. So because I do like the design of it, so that's kind of cool.
Is the upload open to anything? Like I could design, do a video in Premiere or Final Cut or whatever, and then upload. Okay.
You would have to like right now, if you're doing anything in Premiere, you can actually set up your YouTube login information and it'll spill it out into YouTube automatically.
Right.
Where this, you would have to render it and then upload.
Gotcha.
Now, one of the cool things that they did for Instagram, let me say IGTV, because you can't do this on Instagram yet, but browser based, you can actually upload content to IGTV through your browser.
Oh, wow.
Whereas Instagram, you can't do that.
Yeah, for sure. And Landon Wilson, you're totally right. Instagram did jump on the whole Snapchat business, but Snapchat messed up because Instagram's owned by Facebook. So Snapchat had the opportunity to be bought by Facebook back at the height of them being awesome. And then Snapchat was like, I'm gonna rock. I'm good. I don't want your billions of dollars. So Facebook's like, cool. Instagram has stories. And then like
stuff.
Yeah, like they were like, cool, this is not really copyrightable, so I can make a story too.
Yeah.
And then that's what happens. I think it's one of those things that like sometimes as creators, it's gonna be easier said than done because it's somebody's baby that they want to keep growing. But I felt like Snapchat was always like a very niche thing that caught on with the youth.
Yeah. Are you guys
that
on Snapchat?
You should have sold it. Yeah.
You guys each have a Snapchat?
Mm-hmm. I do, at least. Yeah.
I do, but I haven't used it in a long time. So then a couple months ago, my phone crashed and I just never reinstalled it. It's not.
I use it a lot with people at work because obviously a lot of people, younger people at work use it all the time. We have a group thing we do at work, so everybody's uploading to that anytime we're on location or just out and about in the weekend when we're not together. So they all use it a lot.
I'm pretty good with technology, but Snapchat for some reason makes me feel like my grandma sitting in front of a laptop. Like I just don't understand how it works.
It's a level of minimalistic, right? That's like weird. It's it's a level of like, I'm too old for this, and they're shoving it in my face because like I don't know how to. And you're like, but I know technology.
Yeah.
Well, I can't figure out this navigation system. Where is it? Where's the messages? Oh, they're hidden behind this button down here.
And in the space we're in, you want to be everywhere you can for advertisement and brand awareness and stuff. So every time I try to go to it, because I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and Twitch, obviously, but Snapchat is something I can't get my head around. Every time I open it up, I'm like, I'm not 14 trying to send little naked videos or something.
I knew you were saying that.
I was waffling on what I could say there.
Knowing that it'll be deleted, like, no, these will be deleted, so I'll be okay. YOLO.
Yeah, I don't understand how that builds a brand.
I know you won't be able to take this until they take a screenshot, and then they're like, oh well. No, but it's a missed opportunity. I think you could have created something even greater. I would have sold that Snapchat to them.
This will be interesting with Instagram. I'm gonna have to keep my eye on it because once again, it's definitely one of those things where if you can get in on the ground floor of something and be an influencer while it's up and coming, that's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for you. Yeah, it's definitely for you because like hours worth of content, that could be anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you do. It's like your pre-roll before you go on and telling people I'm gonna be on, guys, and out, and like people are following to know when you're about to go live or it's another video, secondary camera.
I think for what Jeff is doing, Twitch is perfect.
No, of course, but like
he's gaming and he doesn't have like how long are you on every night?
It depends on the night, but most of the time it's 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually it'll
So
be
that
8,
gets in the way.
That's the goal, but
Oh, I just know other
that gets
streamers
in the way.
that like.
Let me tell you who it would be perfect for. You know, all these animators, and I'm counting myself in there because I just uploaded about 5-6 cartoons that I've done. All these animators, and I'm looking at you, Dooms Tunes, and even Corey. You write something, you animate it, you do all of that, and now you just have somewhere else to share it, and you have up to an hour to tell your story. And people are using this. It's way more convenient to do this than it would be even YouTube, because I get on Instagram just like super fast and I just scroll through things. And now I found myself, I turned on IGTV today and I just let it go.
Yeah.
And I was watching a bunch of random stuff. Some things made me laugh. Some things made me cry.
It's almost like Pandora, but with video, right?
Yeah.
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 They also do a good job of like showing you what you're kind of interested in based on who you're already following. So they are doing that secondary level.
Because like with YouTube right now, it's such a big space that you get lost. I mean, we all probably have hundreds of subscriptions. So to keep up with each, or even to find new videos that, we're not used to already, it's hard to get that. With this, especially with the curation and everything, it might be a really cool opportunity.
Now, one of the things that was frustrating me was I watched their presentation and they just kept talking about how, and let me grab my phone real quick. They're like, because people watch their videos like this on the vertical, and they just kept talking about it being vertical. And I'm like,
please no.
Listen.
Please God.
Pretty much everything that we have done as humans in the history of humandom, everything has been panoramic.
Yo, is that a word?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's in the encyclopedia.
Humandom?
Humandom. When you take a video or when you take a picture, you do like this, and you want to see the landscape, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to do like this. It's like, okay, here's the ground. Here's the horizon. There's the sky and stuff. That's boring, right? So stop making it a big deal. Just say you guys are a little bit lazy and it's cool. Because let me tell you, the difference between this, and you're making a big deal. You're really trying to sell this vertical video thing. Bad. Oh, it's stupid. And I could just see Ryan, because I know I'm somewhat passionate about goofiness. Like, this is legit. Like, they just didn't want to do the programming behind taking a video and spinning it, right? Because then you have to, that's a whole bunch of extra stuff, and you're introducing a bunch of possible openings for bugs and stuff. Moving on. Talk to Ryan Brockmeyer about vertical videos, and then just sit back and enjoy your drink. Because that kid, he goes in on vertical videos, boy. He
so bad.
Hates it.
It's so terrible. You know what? Here's another point of view on that, though. Maybe for the longest time we've been yelling at people to stop holding their phone upright. That Instagram was like, they're idiots. No one's gonna listen. Let's just play to their strengths.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Because going from here to here is super difficult.
But dude, it's the hardest thing. Listen, I'm going to tell you a short little quick story here. When I first started working where I'm at right now, the question I got from my boss was, okay, so if I hold my phone up and down, that's a regular definition, and then if I turn it sideways, that's a high definition, right? I'm not lying. This is 100% happened. These are the people that they're making the software for.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where we need those gunshots.
So to fight the power,
he told you
the power. Literally every cartoon that I uploaded today was landscape. Shots fired. Look at Jack. You got to be careful what you ask Jack to do, man.
I told you. Because you know he does it before he does it each time. He's like, look here. like before he goes in, he's like, and one thing about that. that's when Jack comes in. Pop, pop, pop. And let him go. And if you think pop, pop, pop.
Jack, what's your impression? Because I know you were flirting with the idea of streaming a little bit more.
I mean, I think the idea is smart. They're already in that space. They're already in the streaming space. They're already in the content space. There was such a huge uproar when they made the leap from, single square images to video. Like, everybody's like, what? I don't want video on Instagram. Yeah. And now video's like massive, I mean, it only makes sense. The biggest thing I find that's a little weird, and this is just like branding, is you go on, at least on the mobile, the phone, you go on there and it's a little confusing because now you have like three different kinds of video media. You have your story, and then you have inline, like in-feed video, and then now you have IGTV, and it's like really confusing. Like, why are there three different things anyway? Like, it's to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, it should almost. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we'll probably see something get taken out.
They said they're going to eventually combine them into one. It's going to be combined into Instagram. So maybe it'll be all in one.
And this is another thing, too, is now with this dedicated video format, they can start doing like pre-roll ads and get ad revenue.
Yeah. Yeah, because Instagram's been really struggling with their finances. Like, how is this profitable? And I mean, they've had the sponsored ads for quite a while now, but this seems like the obvious leap forward.
Well, now that we're talking about that, well, Facebook tried to work on some, I forget what it was called, like not Facebook TV, but Facebook Live or something.
It's
like
still
that.
Going. Yeah, that's still
a
thing.
Okay. Because I read an article earlier today that talked about how they were doing that, but it wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be. And so what they're trying to do is they're dipping their toe in that pool with Instagram to see if it takes off that way.
Well, the most successful thing about the Facebook Live was when people were getting harassed by the cops. Turn on that Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable.
Yeah. But no, it was something, I mean, that Facebook Live, I like that Facebook Live because I can see the utility behind that.
Yeah, because some people were getting real good help, even without the cop thing, but like other things when they're in trouble or when they were doing other things, so they alerted everybody that knew them,
Facebook Watch. That's what it was called.
Facebook
Not
Watch?
Live. Yeah, Facebook Watch.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah. About that one.
That's why. Yeah, Facebook Live is legit because, I mean, there's so many uses for it. For example, my sister-in-law, she sells makeup. Mm-hmm. And so she'll get on there and she'll do her makeup and she'll give all of her watchers tips. And she gets a whole bunch of people watching. And I find myself watching too. I just think that's fascinating. They'll be getting like super close to their eyeball with whatever pencil thing they're using, and then they did. And I'm like, you know how close to blind you're about to be?
You got
one hiccup and you're finished.
The kid come in and bump your leg, you're good, done.
That's it. See you later.
Even if they like tug on you, hey, mommy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Facebook Watch is kind of the same thing. And now I'm just kind of sifting through it right now. There's a bunch of, it's like pre-produced stuff that you can put out there for people to see. And I saw this a couple times. I watched a couple news things through this, but I can't say that I've ever thought to myself, besides just now, literally just now, I was like, hey, let's go see what's on Facebook Watch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's see how the good folks over there are doing.
I know that I've been listening to other podcasts and stuff about streaming and whatnot.
Oh, how dare you!
People have been really so there's a few different streaming services available now, which is good for competition is always good for innovation. But one of the complaints they've had about Facebook is that the listing and like the directories to find someone
it's hard. Right?
It's damn near impossible to find someone that's live. You don't unless you stumble across it. You know.
Yeah, I think it's all via a link. A link now. Sometimes it's like if you don't have their direct link, it's like really hard.
Yeah,
you
almost have to create an event that I'm gonna go live this day and let people know like a week ahead of time.
Come back to this post and click on this link.
Yeah.
B. Abram, if you don't mind, he's in the chat. Just let me know what your name is so I don't have to continue calling you B. Abram. But B. Abram said, I'm scared of Facebook. They know me too well. Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention, they've been a little untrustworthy with people's information.
Have they?
How dare you?
A little definitely. It's always been there.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember it like legit three months ago. We talked about this at work, and then had another coworker show off a bunch of other stuff that some of my other coworkers didn't know. I don't think people just knew. I used to hear conversations on Facebook like it was black magic of like, you know what? I was looking at a blender the other day and it showed up on my Facebook. Like, I'm like,
Jack has a story,
and I'm like, you got a story, Jack?
I got a real weird one. And I'm trying to remember the product now. Now I'm really confused.
Wasn't it your glasses?
Oh yeah, that was super weird. I went to the optometrist, like internet, a phone, nothing. That wasn't even involved in this. I go to the eyeglass place. I get new eyeglasses. I get these pair of Oliver Peoples eyeglasses, and nice. No joke, I go on Facebook and there's these ads for Oliver Peoples, and I'm like, I get it when you got cookies and you're on browsing sites and stuff and it's feeding ads in there, but there was like no electronic communication at all. It was really weird.
Your location.
Yeah, so
it's your
no, it's funny because
it's your location, yeah.
But how would they know the brand?
No, listen, Gillette used to do this a long time ago, where their displays had geolocators and somehow linkers to link people when they are looking at their displays, and then once they got home, that information was stored, and they would hit them up with an ad on their browsers. No bullshit.
I'm willing to bet is your phone with your location, because I've heard about that too.
But the location doesn't tell them anything, other than I was at an optometrist. It wasn't like an Oliver Peoples store. It was like Glendale Eyes or whatever.
I get it. There has to be something else.
I mean, it could have just been coincidence. You know how when you buy a new car and then you look around and everybody's got the same car you got? It could totally just be that effect. It's like, oh man, there's Oliver P. It could have the ad could have been in my Facebook.
Did you talk? Yeah, and you didn't talk to Carlos or anything. So you weren't even on Facebook that day or anything.
No.
Or after you came home.
Yeah,
but now let's talk, because if you're going to show me some ads, if I'm shopping, if I'm in the market for some glasses,
well, you're right.
Let's say a really good brand, and they've already paid Facebook to show you because you went to the optometrist lately, so that's the ad you get,
right? That's kind of my point, like.
Yeah.
Like imagine watching TV. It's not too hard because everyone's got one. But you're watching TV, especially in the morning or in the afternoon.
Imagine.
What is this?
Imagine, if you will, this magic box of
follow me if you
people
will.
And music.
These moving pictures.
But no, like you watch TV, especially like if you're watching daytime stuff.
Right.
You start getting ads for Clorox
and
feminine hygiene products and stuff. Totally. And for as open-minded as I am, I will never need those products.
Totally. I mean, they've been doing that for ages. They're trying to target the demographic that watches, Seinfeld or watches Golden Girls or watches the courtroom things. Like So I agree with you that if I'm going to be getting ads, which we're going to get for the rest of our lives, at least they're targeted and there's something that I care about. Yeah, that's kind of in my defense of this whole thing. It's like I'd much rather see ads for stuff I actually will buy than a bunch of crap that I'm never going to buy.
Yeah,
and that's the thing about people. Like look at literally everything that happens, right? So whether it's cell phone, software, whatever the case may be, we always want things for free. We don't ever want to pay. Unfortunately, if you want things for free,
you are the product.
The price is your behaviors.
Yeah. Have you guys ever looked up on your Facebook who you are and what you fall under and everything?
I don't know if I want to know.
They've got a lot of stuff about you. It's pretty interesting.
It's interesting. Check it out.
How do you find out?
You can just go on. It's here.
It's varied, but we can find.
I wouldn't share my screen because that'll probably give away.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Go ahead and share that screen, Jack.
I log in and Facebook just looks at my profile and says, "Oh, oh."
So if you go to your settings,
here's a coupon.
So if you go to your settings on the left, there's a thing called Your Facebook Information. You can download your entire file. You can view your activity log. You can just access your information of what they have by you. It's kind of interesting because there's actually some stuff.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that doesn't weird me out so much. That is more like, what did I click on that made them think that? Because that's, to me, it's like way off.
If you're conservative, if you're liberal, if you're,
But you know what? So here's my advice out there to people who are like weirded out about this stuff. If you're that concerned, just start clicking on stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, click on your competitor. Keep them guessing. Like pages that you aren't really that interested in. But I guess then you get stuff in your feed you don't want to look at. So. But that's what you're asking for, right? You're complaining that they got stuff in your feed that you want to see. Well, if you don't want to see it.
Yeah, we were so. Yeah, we were like, this will work. Yeah, this is why I knew about this. But I was like, they've always been like this. So but people just click through when they first signed up for Facebook, and they
didn't read the.
That's why the old CEO was giving all those senators the business. We make money off ads. He's like, I love watching them, even though he looked like I don't know. I can call him a fembot, but even though he looked like a weird android, it was just hilarious. His one-liners was like, "Yep, this is what we do."
I heard they were going to go away from all this though. Have you seen the ads? There's a video ad of going back to the beginning where Facebook.
No, they just said they were going to clean it up so you could see more of your friends. But they also a couple weeks after the whole hubbub about the whole thing, they reorganized that terms of service and said, "Yo, just so you know, this is what we do. Go ahead and hit accept to keep using Facebook."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think
they made everybody re-up again. So,
I'm a streamer. I put myself out there every day, so it doesn't bother me that my information is being collected to service me better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. So, to put it in comparison, every 4 years, every 2 years, the U.S. government sends out this questionnaire that's basically you tell them as much information as you feel comfortable sharing. How many people are in your house? What's your income? All this stuff. And supposedly that goes towards trying to shuffle money back and forth to the different areas that supposedly need it. So the government already knows a lot. They might not know that you like kitten videos, but they know quite a bit.
Damn it, Carlos, how'd you know that?
And the same thing with, when you go to the grocery store and they say, do you have whatever the frequent flyer thing is, all that stuff they're tracking all that stuff. So they know what coupons to give you when you show up next.
For sure.
right? So that's something that people know. People know. Like literally down to your license, they give you like 2 weeks to upgrade or to update your address whenever you move. Your passport, they want to know where you are at all times.
Where you been?
And part of that is just in case some things that, like, let's say you go somewhere that's a foreign land and something pops off. They need to know. They need to know that you're there.
Yep.
Yes. Yo, we've created a monster.
That was good. A little overboard, but that was good. I was thinking of a single revolver type deal, but yo, let's spray it up.
That's good. That's so good.
Let's spray. Let's just spray. We'll go Chicago style with it. Okay, that's fine.
Wow.
Hey, he just said a foreign land. You're calling that Chicago?
Yeah. They sprayed. Technically, though,
let's say you go to Detroit.
No. Technically, based on statistics, you know how bad it is. I think Chicago has it beat in terms of the foreign land strife and war thing. I just watched another one of those documentaries the other day, and the kids nowadays are spraying. They're not using revolvers; they're using more bullets, unfortunately. So, Jack's ahead of the curve.
That's not something I really want to be.
I know. See what I did there? I'm so sorry. Do we have the air horn though? You do have an air horn?
Oh, I've got the air horn.
One.
Okay.
We had one last week or the week before.
Well, we gotta have a reason to play it. I'm not just gonna
can you
throw around sounds willy nilly.
Yeah,
hey, can you?
air horn.
Shut it down, because I was gonna be like, hey, can you just play through a couple of sounds you've never played before?
No.
You got to earn them.
That one is still there.
It's like playing. There's
a secret one.
There's a secret one still there. Cat, he has a secret sound that he'll play, but we haven't triggered it yet. It's like a weird. He's gamified this podcast for me, and every week I try to figure out how I can bring it out. It doesn't work.
So every week it's like Ready Player One, and no one has been able to beat the boss yet.
You went Ready Player One. I was thinking Pee-wee's Playhouse with the magic word.
Secret
Secret word today is banana.
So I wanna refresh everyone's memory. Jeff and I met at Adobe Max last year.
Oh yeah.
And he's a very lovely human.
Oh, thank you.
And then we find out that my man, he's just a Twitchaholic. He's there all the time.
That I am.
And I learned something. I don't watch Mind One. It's twitch.tv/Mind1. Is that right?
Yes,
Mind One TV.
Nope.
Mind one.
Mind and the number one.
Yep.
Don't watch his channel late at night on a Saturday if you want to go to bed. Because what happens is
you look up at 3 a.m.
What happens is you look up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and
and you like, should I start my day or go to bed?
Yeah. We have a good time on Saturday night, that's for sure.
I log in. I try to watch as much as I can without getting in trouble, but there's been a few times where I'm like watching, and so he's also a DJ. Jeff is also a DJ, and he streams his sets on Twitch Saturday nights. So I'll be drawing, and I'll be like, ooch, ooch, and I'm like, ah! And it's hard to dance when you got the whole, Jersey Shore fist pump going. Booch, 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 booch. So if you're trying to draw a detail-oriented Butler and Chuck Jones style,
don't watch this.
Don't do it on a Saturday night while watching Mind One. Just turned on Mind One Twitch channel and just flick the lights off and on, and then just get after it.
Make sure you call the pizza guy, get some Ecstasy. You'll be good to go.
Wait.
Yes, pizza and Ecstasy.
Ship Pete, we really gotta get you out of Fort Wayne.
Please, thank you.
I forgot about that pizza guy suppliers. One-stop shop.
Yeah, that's right. What you need, man? What you need?
3 minutes or less. 3 minutes or less.
I ain't got
5 minutes late. Do I get my weed for free this time or what?
Everything but the pizza.
In Fort Wayne, where you snort the pizza and you put hot sauce on your ecstasy.
Oh, your ecstasy.
All right. Not sure where we're going with this.
So what was it? What was it about Twitch that made you want to get into streaming?
I just kind of stumbled across it, and honestly, okay, let me be real. I'll be real with you. I love playing video games.
There it is.
I love DJing. But I also love my family. So I had to come up with a way to make it a profession rather than a hobby, if that makes sense. To give me a reason to do it as opposed to just wasting time on it.
Right.
And so now it's become a business and something that I'm very passionate about. And I saw a few people doing it, and it was really cool the way they were interacting with chat. And I thought, man, I could DJ for the people that are right in front of me, but then I can also share this with people who, and this is, now we're going to get a little serious, who have like anxiety disorders, who can't go out. They can't see this stuff. They can't experience it in person. But now they can come to the stream and they can rock out. They can party with us. And they, I get song requests. I've had, it was 2 weeks ago, this poor girl, she got bought so many drinks that she didn't know where she was by the end of the night. But that was all from the chat. Like they were all like, go buy her another drink. Go buy her another drink. And, so it's really cool. And then I've become so passionate about it, even more so than the last time we talked, to make this thing, big. And it's so much fun.
Yeah, let's talk about how serious we've gotten. Because I stalk Mind One on the internets like all the time. And when you start seeing people come out with that hat that he has on right now, he's got backpacks, he's got shirts, he's got all kinds of stuff. That means that it's not like just a fun thing. You're not using it as a babysitter.
Right.
Yeah.
You're actually going for it,
I'm trying to build a brand around Mind One. So, not only is it streaming, not only is it DJing, it's also the apparel. I'm branching out and doing gamer style T-shirts that, it's got my little M on it in the back, but the main focus is something that I've created that anyone can wear. And it rocks the brand, but then it's also, I do graphic design and stuff for other streamers for animated overlays and animated alerts and logos, and so I'm trying to build this is going to sound really full of myself, but this empire around the Mind One brand and branch out from there, and I'm having a blast doing it.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I love what Twitch does for people and how it's able to empower them to be their own bosses.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a grind, right?
Oh,
because it's like firsthand ways of like how a lot of like entertainers had to like start out, but like it's kind of like the same grind, right? Start out with nobody watching you, and then you're sitting there. You have to find the art of talking to yourself, as they call it on Twitch, right?
Yep.
And then just so that like when people come by, they're like, "Hey, what is?"
Yeah. Right.
Okay, cool. We'll rock with him for 15 minutes and let's see.
Not just some nerd staring at a screen.
Right. But then you got like what, 20 seconds, 30 seconds to be like, keep that person there. If you kept them there for 20 minutes, you're doing pretty good. And then you keep the other person there for a little bit longer. And then next thing you know, like I'm sure you have a story about the first time you realize you had at least 40, 50 people concurrently watching you.
Yeah,
like,
adrenaline shakes and tears and
yeah,
a lot of this. It was a lot of.
For sure, because it's like I got 100 people watching. Are you yelling in the next room? Yo, there's like 70 people watching right now. I'm like, what? Okay, but it's a big deal because it's like that whole I don't know. I think it's like the Girl Scout cookie thing, right? Like where they're at the store, they're trying to get people to buy their cookies, but people just walk by sometimes, and you're like, okay, cool. I had 5 people. Oh, now I'm back down to 1. Oh, okay, cool. I had 20. Oh, now I'm back down to 10. One some streamers, that's a real thing.
One of the things I've learned through doing this is you can't watch that number because if you do, you get lost in it. And what happens is your delivery and your presentation will change with that number if you're watching it. And so I've learned to ignore the number, and just. For the longest time, and you can't ask my kids, but you could ask my kids. I would walk around my house and just talk about everything that I was doing just to get used to talking. And it was the most annoying thing, and I probably looked like the craziest person. I mean, literally, I'm going to go make some toast. Man, toast is awesome. I'm going to throw some butter on this toast, and I'm going to love it. We ain't got no, stupid shit like that. Trying to make it bigger than what it was to make it entertaining. But so
and they said it's a different skill than YouTube did too, right? Because YouTubers are like, yo, what's up? Da, 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 and they're really excited for their 15-minute thing they make, and then they try to get into Twitch streaming, and they're like, they can't keep that energy up.
Completely different beat.
Right.
The difference is you can edit down to something that's cool or something that's entertaining. I don't have that. Twitch streamers don't have that luxury. We have to be entertaining all the time. There's no editing. It's you're either on or off.
Not just editing, but retakes.
Right.
You're live.
Because YouTubers they do the jump cut. Everybody does the same jump cut. The beat moving.
Like this past Saturday when we did a house party, I DJ'd from home and I spilt handle of beer all over my living room. That happened live. There's no cutting that out.
He like, yo, hold up, chat, 1 second.
Why'd he disappear?
So your
and I think that's why I really like very similarly what you do with what we're doing here is that live, because you can't hide behind editing to create whoever the hell you are. Let me break the news to you. I'm this way in front of you guys the same way I'm in front of my mother.
People who were at GZA got a full dose of Carlos.
Try going anywhere with that dude. He attracts the weirdest people ever. I'm a talkative person. Some people use that.
But that's just it. I really do. I genuinely love sitting down and talking to someone and getting to know those people and making that legit connection.
That's my favorite part of streaming thus far is I've made so many friends from all over the world. And, there's a core group of people that come back every time. And they're my best friends, because we chat. I know about them. I know their jobs. I know that they have kids. I know the struggles that they go through because that's what we talk about. And that's what I try and focus on in the stream, where they can't really do that on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's
That's
YouTube,
true.
They post a video. Yeah, maybe they hop in comments and they reply to some of the comments, but it's not the same as what we're doing right now. It's this conversation back and forth.
It's not.
And so real quick, because we haven't said hi yet. Hi, Noel. Landon said, I met Carlos finally at Ground Zero Animation Expo, and I'm still here.
You survived.
Yeah, Landon got the unfiltered Carlos says bad words, Carlos.
and the behind the scenes. And the behind the scenes, Carlos. Yeah. It's funny because I had met him quite a few times before you, and it didn't even really cross my mind that was your first time meeting, because you talk to these guys on the chat all the time, and then all of a sudden they show up. It's here's the real person.
You're a real boy.
Yeah. But I mean, it's super important. Jack and I have hinted towards a couple people that are very well known artists in the social media realm, and then when you meet them face to face, they weren't exactly what you were expecting. Good, bad, or indifferent, I don't know. I don't know if I care enough to even try to go down that thought process. I don't care, but
I care.
But I think if you're
care.
No. What I was gonna say is it's important to be consistent with who you are. Be true to who you are, because these days, like Jeff, you're putting yourself out there every day, 6 days a week. And it would be I think it would be detrimental to your push for building this brand if people found out that you're not really into gaming. You're just trying to take advantage of an opportunity.
Right. And there are people on Twitch that are like that, but you can figure them out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason, like, my wife, everybody calls her Mrs. Mind. She comes into the chat. We do the we do the gaming with the kids on Monday. So, I mean, my life is you've met me, Carlos. You know, this is me, and what I put out there, that's me. And I think that's better. It's more genuine. It's more,
people gravitate toward it.
Yeah.
Gravitate toward it, right.
And you can't, you can fake it with takes, you can fake anything with takes on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can, there's no takes. There's no takes here. This is it.
Like how many times have we seen there's an actor or a news anchor or something, and then you see like they forgot to turn off the mic, and then they're a complete jerk to the people that they work for.
I mean, that's been happening. That's been happening a lot with all the YouTubers. Like they put on this, they build this persona on YouTube, and then you find out behind the scenes that they're awful people, or they're getting some scandal, or they're doing something, to make these videos what they are.
Yeah. So let's see. Noel said, well, you see people on YouTube like Roman Atwood who are family oriented and good people. Then you have people like Logan Paul, who's an idiot.
Which he is.
Landon said, yeah, we're real people in the chat.
Should we have a CAPTCHA in the chat to make sure they are real people and not bots? Is that?
I know. We've had some of those in the bots too. Like there was one.
I like
one
talking.
night. One night we were talking, and someone started putting in the chat room that I needed to enlarge my penis. I was like, wait a minute.
I was like,
channel are you watching?
You have another camera angle that we can't see down there, Carl?
I'm like, wait a minute. So as you build this brand, let's go back to your very first interest in design. Where did that come from?
So it's kind of I don't know. When I was a young kid, my uncle brought over, I tell this story all the time. My uncle brought over this really old computer. I mean, you're talking about, 20 some years ago.
You turn the camera back on? What are you doing?
Wait a minute. I got those pills.
What are you doing?
I got those pills. They work.
Okay. All right. All right.
Need crickets or something.
That was my first. Oh, no. I can't. How am I supposed to concentrate?
He got.
This is how Carlos got me on the show, because we were in Vegas and he was like,
"Wait,
"Look at
what?
this. Let me show you something real quick."
I'm gonna need you to pause this conversation.
I call it the magic stick.
I need you to step back slowly and exit this conversation and back to some. I don't know what.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
So you got an old computer.
Yeah. So it was old. It didn't have an operating system or anything like that. I learned how to do basic programming, and that got me hooked on anything computers. And as I grew up, I started doing animations. And as I got a little older, I got into graffiti, which I think we talked about last time. Graffiti artistry really inspired me. And then from then on, it just kind of took off from there. I mean, anything computer, art, animation, graphics, programming related, sound related, I'm all about it.
Sorry, there's some stuff happening.
It needs a censored black box now.
Before that, it was like at some point it's just too small to help.
That's what triggered the thing.
Listen, when he was telling me about his pen nib tip, I didn't know what he was actually talking about. You know.
Yo.
No, look at my nib.
Just the nib. Just the nib.
Gosh.
All right, sorry.
Wackiest artists.
You see what I mean? I try to be good,
ever.
and I get encouraged.
Just the nib. This. It's so stupid.
Noelle, relax. She loves.
Shots fired.
Can we talk about how disruptive she is?
No, because last week wasn't the same. She keeps you in line because then you're like, okay, let's move on.
So you had a crappy computer. You learned how to program. You learned how to program and then animate and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Did you end up going to school to get formally trained?
No. I mean, I took high school courses, but I was very self-motivated to learn everything. And I think it's kind of helped and hurt in a way because I kind of have this pride that I've taught myself everything I know, but at the same time I have this pride that I've taught myself everything I know, which it can be a positive, it can be a negative, but yeah, it's been an awesome ride, and I love doing everything. I love doing all of it. It's so much fun.
And that's what's interesting is when you were describing to me what you did, you kind of looked at me with as serious as I've ever seen you. You're like, what don't I do?
I literally do it all. Yeah, you name it, I can do it, or I've done it, or am doing it while we are talking.
And what's cool is all of this training that you've acquired. Thank you. Yeah. Is perfect for what you're doing.
Yeah,
for what you're trying to achieve.
It's the culmination of everything I've done up until this point. Is the biggest asset I have for being a Twitch streamer. It's my biggest asset.
Yeah, I don't know. Write that down for it.
It's my biggest ass set.
As
a streamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of new streamers, the problem what they struggle with is, first of all, they're gun shy because they see all these big streamers with all these fancy graphics and the nice cameras and logos and everything. So immediately they think, well, I can't be a streamer because I don't have any of that.
Right.
And I don't have the money to do that. And I was in that boat, but then I was like, wait, I can do all of this myself, and I don't have to pay anyone to do it. So I'm saving money on investment wise. Now I have a lot of money, time in investment, but since I can do it all myself, number one, it makes my brand genuine because it's me. It's not something I purchased. It's not something I stole. It's my stuff. Everything I have, I've created, and it's like I said, it's me out there. Not only broadcasting, but my art, my music, all of it. It's every part of what I do is me.
What kind of research do you do?
A lot of the times it's gaming market trends, and watching other streamers to see what they're doing, to see if they're doing, because I'm a variety streamer, right? So there's basically, if we're just gonna look at gaming, there's two types of streamers on Twitch. There's variety streamers and there's a single game streamers. When Twitch first started, back in the day, it was called Justin TV. I don't know if you guys remember
Justin.tv, yeah.
That's how Twitch started. And most of the people who are big now were single game streamers back then. And they built this core audience based on one game. The problem is, now that it is what it is, it's getting bigger, it's growing. Being a single game streamer is really tough for two reasons. Because if you're going to play a game that has already existed, that core audience is already captured. And if you're going to try and play a new game, it either sucks, it's not going to last very long.
Yeah.
Or one of the bigger other streamers is going to take it.
Yeah, you live and die by how popular you are on it, or if you get there first. Yeah.
Yeah. So my market research is, I'm playing the middle right now, because my audience isn't. I'm not at 1 or 2 people anymore, but I'm also not at 500 to 1,000 people.
Right. So
I've got to play games, and I've got to do things that will attract the 200 to 300 range. And so I look at the directories, and I look at what other people are doing as far as what games are doing and what they're doing with creative stuff, and I try and stay true to me and make sure that I'm having fun, because if I'm not having fun, nobody's going to want to watch it. Right. But then also, put that towards where I best fit. Do you think Twitch will replace YouTube at some point? It's 2 different spaces. It's 2 entirely different spaces.
For the just because there's some people that'll listen on iTunes. That question came from Noel in the chat room.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I don't want anyone to know. Yeah. As we were talking earlier, YouTube is the cut and paste, 15-minute, 10-minute section videos. That's what YouTube is good for. I know they've tried the live thing, but unfortunately, again, Twitch has cornered the market on the platform, on how it's presented, how you can find content. It's still really hard on YouTube to find live content. And now you've got Mixer as well, which is Microsoft. It was Beam before Microsoft bought it. They called it Mixer. They're struggling from the same thing, is when you go there and you're trying to find a certain thing or a certain person, it's really hard to find them. Whereas Twitch, I mean, it's very laid out. It's laid out in a very organized fashion. You can find whatever you need.
You think is that because it's limited in its content scope, or is it just they thought about the design up front, or?
And see, here's the thing: is now they're expanding with their content.
Yeah, so they are.
I think that they had this base set, from the get-go of this is how we want to present all the content. And so now when they expand, like they've got creative, which is fantastic I'm sure you guys are probably streaming under creative right now. You should be.
Yep.
Or talk shows, one or the other. The creative market, if you guys aren't in it and you guys are creatives, if you're artists in any way, please get into it. Please do it. Please. Because it's starting up right now, and it has such a small base that if you get in on this is the ground floor of this section of Twitch, and you have the potential to be the face of creative Twitch, basically. But then there's also IRL, and that's a whole nother story that we can get into.
How do you feel about IRL?
I was going to say, I think you touched on this subject earlier, where people who don't really like gaming are IRL.
They moved all the female Twitch streamers that didn't really want to play a game into IRL.
Oh, IRLs.
And let it be okay.
So here's the
Which
deal.
Which is just
man.
like turning a blind eye.
Here's the deal. All right. So.
Jack,
we're gonna have to get a rated R, not for language but for violence.
I'm gonna try and keep this PG-16 here.
Bang, bang, bang.
First of all, IRL was a money grab for Twitch. Hands down, that's all.
Huge money grab.
But what it did was,
I know nothing. Why is that? What, give me the brief, 30-second.
Because it takes zero talent to be an IRL streamer.
Yeah. What is an IRL streamer?
In real life, you turn your phone on.
No, I got that.
Yeah. So all they do is they look. One of the top IRL streamers lives in Australia, and he walks around Australia. He goes to restaurants.
Okay, got it.
He F's
like
with people. That's it. That's
right,
his stream.
Right. Got it.
And so it's basically,
it's where the YouTubers go.
Yeah, it's Logan Paul's fan base following around these people being idiots. The problem is that once they've done it, IRL deregulated Twitch. There used to be a set of standards for Twitch where this was unacceptable and A, B, and C were unacceptable. You can't do this kind of stuff. And that was in the terms of service. If you go to the terms of service now, all that stuff's gone.
Had because they couldn't keep up with it though.
Yeah. But that's only because they went IRL.
No, I think they did it beforehand though. Remember, so before IRL, it was like they opened it up to they opened it up to PlayStation and Xbox. So like if you had a PlayStation cam, right?
Yep.
They did a big launch. They were doing on Twitch. That whole weekend was a nightmare for Twitch because now you have everyone that has a PlayStation camera, be it suburbs or in the hood or wherever, like turning it on. And then Twitch became IRL, the whole Twitch. It was like, but this is when Twitch was really, really regulated. Like you couldn't be on Twitch unless you were playing a game. Right. You had to be playing a game while streaming. It's not a cam site. Right. It's not. It wasn't made for that. Right. It's about gaming, right? Well, when they made a deal with Sony, they didn't think about what happens when you give every console gamer and every like casual person that didn't know what Twitch was the ability to have a webcam and then go live on Twitch. Yeah. They're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then so instantly that weekend, I watched it. I watched it on PlayStation. I watched it on the computer. And we were just laughing that whole Saturday night of like Twitch, whoever's their call center or whatever, they were banning people. They were banning thousands of people by the minute.
The Twitch
because like it was just like, dude in Detroit turns on his thing and was like, what is this? Oh, this is that new Twitch thing. Okay, cool. All right. And then it's like had his girlfriend start dancing because he's like, yo, we got 15 people looking at us. Yeah, we got 100 people. All right. And then they would just do crazy stuff. And then they get banned and then they go right back up again. I was like, oh, they said we need to be playing a game. So then they would do the AR app. So there's an AR app on PlayStation, right? So that you can like play with and interact with. So they would throw that in the corner and people would show their house party. Or people would shoot or people there was like some like unquestionable stuff. It still happens like late night, and as the night got later and later, the content got more and more not risky. PG. And like, so some dude was like undressing his girlfriend. Some other dude was like it's just crazy stuff because it opens the floodgates of like, I mean, Jack Carlos, what do you think? Like internet and videos in general or webcams always have a certain connotation. Now put it into the public's hand who don't care about gaming.
Yeah.
Well,
Twitch had to like adapt and figure out what to do.
It's starting to get better because people are starting to get over it. Yeah. But for a while, I mean, I would say even 6 months ago, I was almost ashamed to tell people that I was on Twitch because I didn't want to tell them to go look at Twitch because the front page was nothing but girls in 18 push-up bras with their knees inside there shoved up to their chin, their camera covering most of the screen and their game in the lower corner, and that was it. And they were like,
and that was the other thing.
Spilling milk on my chest. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Twitch.
It was really bad. Like so before they had IRL too, the girls would get like, We'll get smart, right? And they would play some weird random game. And long as the game's like home screen before you hit start was in the corner, then they were technically playing the game.
Yep.
And they would just be having random conversations, asking for donations. It all smelt like another type of site that we all know about. That I still think it's like, right? And every other video web streaming site on that other side of the internet.
Yeah,
I still think they walked that fine line. If I wanted to be like, legit about it, I still think they walked that fine line on purpose based off of ad revenue and everything else, and that's why RL is there because you still get what they call the, they call them like the booby streamers or whatever. It's a term. You still get those.
Yep.
There's early.
I follow on
20-something
Instagram.
girls.
His name is
that,
Stream Games, Not Boobs.
Right, and like it's a moneymaker. Like people were getting, like someone were getting like almost like 6 figures. Like it's it's crazy. Like 500,000 people concurrently watching them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then they would, obviously, like any streamer, you would build your content around that. You would have stretch goals, and you would have different types of incentives to get. You have different types of incentives to get people to come back and watch and be in different tiers. Literally, yeah. Like any years of people behind them. They have the nerve to have the little like marker boards and stuff, and like, yo, you're part of the
here,
plan.
let me give you an thank you. No, let me give you I'll give you an example. Oh, thank you guys for the follow. Let me just let me put you on the I gotta put you on the map. Let me put you
hang on. How do I send you money for that?
Yeah, so they would get up and they would have whatever they had on, and like they would take literally 15 minutes to write somebody's name on a marker board, and the guy would see his name up there, and it'd be the best thing ever for him. So now now
we have to change. We're gonna have to rebrand. Instead of Mind One, it has to be Grind One.
Grind One. No, but that's what they would do.
Yeah, so that's what. So have you're on Twitch? Has that gotten better, or is it just confined to IRL now? And
no, it has. And don't get me wrong. I know this is going out there, so don't get me wrong. There are some talented people on IRL they have good conversations. There are people that are on there trying to help people, and they're very talented people to watch. But then you're always going to have the trash out there.
It's really crazy. I almost feel bad for the guys and girls who like are giving these people money to do really nothing because they're lonely, they want companionship.
Yeah. It has gotten better though, because most of the bigger streamers they've really stuck to their guns, and they've really promoted this I don't know, like the sanctity of gaming on Twitch and
Good.
Being
That's
creative
awesome
on Twitch,
Yeah.
And so it's definitely lessened. And even the most prominent booby streamers, they don't do it anymore because they're no longer making the tips. Now they're trying to be serious, and they've painted themselves into a corner because everybody's expecting them to push a bra and that kind of stuff, and they don't want to do it now.
And quite honestly,
and they don't like
you get desensitized.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to kick it up a notch, and that's just how it works.
I think the new one is pretty much everything. I think the new one is everyone's claiming that they're a cosplayer. So
this other one is really bad.
So they design cosplay costumes,
but they need to design them better because they're not really costumes.
Yeah,
they're like painting their bodies.
Yeah, that too. Yep, we got that too. Yeah, I don't even know how that gets through.
I don't know how that gets through too. Like.
I got some pasties on.
It will mess up other creatives, like our other guy Diego, if he ever wanted to go on there and do like body painting stuff like that, because she's
expecting a certain way. Yeah,
technically make it, like. But there is some good cosplayers on there actually have like a maker space in their house, and they're like they've done stuff for Blizzard and stuff like that. And
there's always
there's always good and the bad, but the
thing that stinks is crazy. I work hard to be where I'm at, and it sucks when you log on. I'm doing research, and I see some person that's doing this IRL or claiming that they're playing a video game, and they're not. They're just flashing their chest around, who have 4,000 or 5,000 people watching them, and I'm trying to be a wholesome content creator and put out good, real content. And I'll never achieve that because I don't. I mean, I do, but not attractive ones.
He said he thought about it for a second.
He had to check. Yeah. You got sexy little bees going.
Carlos, stop making it creepy.
We've already been there, man. We've already been there. Carlos made it creepy, and I'm kind of okay with it.
That's a sweet spot.
I do like what Twitch does though, and I follow the creative section. Sketchzone is actually under the creative section.
Yeah.
So you can find us there. We and me, Carlos, and Jack have had conversation when we first started on Twitch about whether we be the talk show one or the creative one. I think we settled on the creative one because it works a little better for what we want. But check it out, especially if you're an artist. There's a couple other people we're trying to get on the show that they've jumped in the chat a couple times. So Much Monsters is a really good character artist and like game artist and stuff like that. Bocce Effects is another game artist on there that does more like hand painted stuff. If you're into 3D and effects stuff, it's starting to move over. I saw some motion guys start getting on and doing some cinema 4D stuff. There's a lot of 2D artists, like so. All you guys that like to do prompts, get over there. Like they show their process that you could actually ask somebody what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The greatest thing in the world.
The cool thing about it is like on YouTube, you watch a guy, right, and he does his thing, and maybe he explains what he's doing. But during that time, you're gonna have a question. You're gonna have a hey, why did you do this, or what was your thought process behind this, or even I've been trying to do it like this, but I can't. Is there something you can do to help me? You're not gonna get a response like that on YouTube, but on Twitch. If you guys were up drawing or whatever, I can ask that question and you can answer me.
And vice versa too, because I've been on Twitch and I'm sorry, Shiloh. I know he's probably tired of me kissing up to him, but this is a true story. And I remember it was Jack and Shiloh both were watching me, and I was drawing, and I said, "Man, Shiloh, I really like your line work. Whatever brush you're using, if you don't mind, let me know." And he told me exactly what brush he uses, and it's legit.
Yeah.
Just use this one, and this one. I was like, I can delete all these other 200 brushes that I don't need anymore.
I implore you, all the people that are watching right now, if you're a creative and you're not on Twitch, please come to Twitch, because we need good creatives on Twitch.
That's all I wanted to hear, because I've been torn between YouTube, Twitch, and now IGTV. And I always explain this. I know Noelle I am. She called me a brown noser. And just the other day, I streamed again, and I streamed to Twitch, to YouTube, and I set up my phone, and I had Instagram Live happening at the same time. So I was going nuts. But yeah, what brush he uses? I'd have to check. Don't let me forget, Landon. Reach out. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I would say Twitch, because Twitch is really good. I mean, we use XSplit Broadcaster, which allows us to do a lot of different things. Carlos, I tell you, you use a lot of stuff. Noelle's going in this evening. It's awesome. So
I'm telling you, dude.
I keeping it honest. Like I would really say to check out Twitch, because it's like it has a lot of different things. Like I use Twitch all the time. I'm a pretty big gamer also, and one of the things I vet everything now, because the being a game developer and stuff like that, and working in the industry for many years, there's a big talk about how the industry is now, in terms of like their processing with DLCs and all these other different ways that get you to spend your money, and to be able to vet a game or to see someone play it and get honest feedback on it, and you kind of see it's good. And then from the other side, if you want to be an aspiring artist and try to get into that, being able to ask a lot of these like more famous artists, it's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely. Dude. I would say. Here's what we say. If you guys like my picture there, here's what we say. Yeah. If you want to share your craft and potentially make a career out of streaming and use your craft with streaming, go to Twitch. YouTube is not the place for it. Nope. Mixer is not the place for it. And the reason being is YouTube has the market for edited videos. Mixer doesn't have the market at all.
Yeah,
Mixer's market, their biggest streamer is like 300 people.
Too new, yeah.
It's not even too new. It's just not a great platform, and if they don't improve on how things are presented to the public, it's never going to get there. So if you want to do something with streaming and you should. If you're a creative, please come to Twitch. I'm sorry about my camera. It took a dump on me.
Nice. No, it's for sure. Twitch is where it's at. I mean, I even follow. There's been a lot of success stories too. I've even followed. There's a guy I saw back when I was teaching. His name is DJ Knight. You know, his real name is DJ. You probably heard of him. Mine, right? DJ, yeah, Knight. He Twitches. He's a variety streamer and Twitches a lot of different things.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I identified with him really well because he used to be a teacher and used to work in the game industry, and he was teaching at the time. And then he started streaming in the evenings, and he started getting big, but had a similar story to my story, right? So I was like, okay, cool. He's an artist, developer, or whatever. Now he's teaching, and he got into streaming, but he's very charismatic and very like fun to watch. Interacted with his community really well, and I watched this guy grow, you know. And I was like, no, that's pretty good. I wanted to see him like succeed. So I've subscribed to his channel or whatever, so that he can keep doing it. And now he's like one of the top streamers, you know, in terms of what he does. But it's been like 2 years. I think he's been on, you know, going for somebody that had like maybe 50 to 80 people on a Friday night to now he has, you know, over 1,000 at one point in time on a given hot time of night that he's on, and now he's been able to go full time. I've seen so many streamers have been able to go full time, you know, like from working every day, being kind of tired to now being able to have enough, get that partner button, you know, like the subscribe button. It's cool to watch people win that way. It's like I tell people Twitch is kind of like the reason why to go on Twitch rather than YouTube in that reference. Twitch is kind of like having your own like live TV station where the viewers are there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the viewers are there rather than YouTube being like a movie director where you make a movie, upload it, you know, or make a short movie, upload it, and hope people see it. Twitch like has that traffic of that like storefront traffic of people walking by. Yeah, you could see the people come in and go, which to me you have a higher probability of like winning that way if you have the right content, you
know. But what software are you using to stream to Twitch?
I use a program called Streamlabs OBS. I used to use OBS.
Oh yeah, how's the Streamlabs?
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so much better than I love it because it's so much better than the traditional OBS.
Yeah.
And it's so much lighter than XSplit.
Okay, because we talked about that too, Carlos. The Streamlabs, because that company was doing what first before it hooked up with OBS.
Streamlabs
they were doing other small like plugins or something for.
Yeah, but basically what they had was I don't know what is going on here. Is this gonna work? No.
There you go.
All right. Basically, what they had was overlays. They just had overlays
that's what it was,
and alerts. And then they bought up. It's funny because there's two things I use now. I use Streamlabs OBS, and then I also use Streamlabs Chatbot, which controls the chat. You can type commands in. It's got sounds, song requests, stuff like that. And it used to be called AnkBot. Streamlabs bought that as well, or partnered with them. So now they basically have cornered the market on streaming software.
Is it as quick setup as like XSplit? That's the only thing I like because I have everything set up in XSplit.
It's even better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I should just try it one of them.
Oh, it's so good. And here's the thing that I love about it is that it's an all-in-one solution. So my chat is in there. I don't have to have a separate window for chat. My alerts and everything are all right in that window. I can add them. I can take them out. I can do whatever I need to right in that window.
A separate big window other than your like preview window and your live window?
So when you go live, there's 4 different sections in the software. And when you go live, it switches you over to the live section. So now you've got your chat, you've got your alerts that pop up if someone follows or donates or whatever. You've got a small preview window down in the lower right-hand corner, and then you can switch. The other thing that's dope is I've got an iPad app now that links to it, and I can I can trigger my scenes right from my iPad.
Yo, okay, cool.
Shut your silly face.
I'm gonna go ahead and like try it. I had it, but I was like, I don't know how good this is.
No, it's the
I didn't know
best.
much about Streamlabs.
I'm
Now you say
one of
it's good. I'm gonna try
I'm
it.
one of the beta testers. It's so good.
Are they gonna go? Oh, so is it still in beta? Are they gonna make me pay for this eventually?
No, I don't think so. Because OBS is an open. It's a Creative Commons license.
That's what I was wondering, because with that being said, kind of like the Blender thing, where like if you really wanted to, you could make you could sell Blender. So I was wondering if they just took the OBS since it's open source and like turned it into OBS Streamlabs, and then since they've done all this extra work to it, they package it and sell it. But
no, what they have is, so they've got free. Now they're building their own overlay packages where you can just install a package. Nice. And it's all your graphics, your follows, your notifications, all that stuff, right? So they've got free ones, but then they also have premium ones, and that's how they're going to make their money.
Okay. I'm okay with that. That's cool.
Right.
I do like this.
Make your money.
Lighter. I
Make your money, boo boo.
Lighter. Yeah, it's very lighter. The XSplit's pretty. Did you say boo boo?
Boo boo. XSplit has two things wrong with it. XSplit heavily relies on your GPU, which, if you're trying to play games or broadcast any sort of video, you're gonna take a hit there. And it's only 32-bit. They don't have a 64-bit client.
Right. And
so you're losing out on memory optimization on that, where Streamlabs is 64-bit. I could look. Let me push my nerd glasses up here. We can nerd out about this all day.
I'm over here taking notes. My hand is cramping up.
I'm not stopping you. Keep going, because like I'm gonna like turn this.
Mind one sent me
next week. Yeah,
it's probably on a weekly basis. I help someone set their stream up and optimize their settings so they get the best looking stream that they possibly can. Because I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or pat myself on the back, but I love it.
This is what you're here for.
I'm so passionate about it that I love helping people do it. And I'm also very picky and very hard on myself about the quality of things. Like the fact that my camera is jittery and kind of blurry is really pissing me off right now.
Because last time you had it like crystal clear, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the question: What's the resolution that you can output to? Because right now we're at 1280 by 720 at 30 frames a second. That's the one, right? Without having to pay for the $200 or whatever. What is the one for Streamlit? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have to pay to go higher?
Yeah. Like if you bullshit. You do. That's how they get you. They want you to put that subscription.
The only thing that limits you on your streaming on Streamlabs is what your internet speed is. That's it.
Oh, my internet speed's gigabit. Oh, okay, right there. So we could be so much higher. We're gonna fix this next week.
Yeah. So if you're streaming on Streamlabs, and you've got
open this thing up right now,
a 50 meg up or a 30 meg up, it's your upload speed.
Well, how about 1,000?
If it's 1,000, you're golden. Seriously,
you
set your bit rate. Listen,
12K video.
I'm telling you,
Charlie's nose hairs coming at you.
Charlie's like, we're gonna be doing this show in VR.
Full HD VR.
You set your output to 1080 60.
Yeah.
And you set your
we
bit
could
rate
be at 60 frames.
Oh yeah. I broadcast at 720 60.
Oh, this is gonna be great next week. Okay.
Yeah, I use a Canon Vixia. I don't use a webcam, which is why I'm struggling with this a little bit here, but I use a Canon Vixia as my face cam, and I stream 720p 60 at 3,500 kilobits all night long.
Holy cow.
What is this LG? What are these webcams we have though, Carl? You have the same one as me. It's 1080 though, right?
Yeah, but the benefit of using one of these other cameras is your depth of field is a lot better.
Cool.
Yeah. And
they try to, like, I have one of these too.
Yeah, I've got one.
I use this one for when I'm doing that little puppet. And you can see like my background is a little fuzzy, but Jeff's is way more realistic, there's more bokeh.
There's more bokeh.
Well, I always want more bokeh.
Yeah, it's a legit, 1080 picture with a real camera sensor. It's not a webcam camera sensor. And
yeah.
Again, I'm stupid picky about this stuff, so probably way too much so.
But no, I disagree, because I think
that's what you need to be.
Quality I mean, even us doing the show, one of the things that does separate us is the fact that we, and this is going to sound completely weird, but um, what it sounds like adds a certain level of quality to it,
Absolutely.
which we could be saying the same thing as someone else, and they sound like they're talking through a can. No one's going to want to hear them, and the information doesn't have the same quality. So, we've been pushing to slowly but surely upgrade everything. So yeah, I'm with you on obsessing a little bit
Well, and
on
at
the
the end of the
quality
day,
of stuff.
you're at the end of the day, you're selling a product, you know, and you can either give them the Chinese knockoff, you know, or the
Give 'em
German
the
engineered.
Nice. No, for sure. You know that speaking of cameras, you know there's a new, it's a web camera still, but there's a new camera they was trying to build for streaming, and it has the built-in ring light. Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Kind of wanted to look at, but I didn't know how good it would be. But they were saying
those are cool.
Pretty good view because like, I don't have to buy one of those real ring lights. Or maybe I just got the one from work.
Speaking of quality, Carlos, you're making one hell of a noise.
Yeah, over there.
Yeah, no, I was doing something.
But anyway, they have the ring light built in, and I didn't know if you look at new stuff. You check that out. I think it's from Razer.
It is Razer. What I actually so ring lights are super bright on your face.
Right.
I actually just picked one up for this camera. I had it on, and it was just so intensely bright. Nice face.
You can't dim it, right?
So unless you're shooting, I would say unless you're shooting like YouTube videos, to try and stay away from it, because again, you're gonna be on. Your goal is to be on for a couple of hours,
right? Because
when you stream on Twitch, again, I don't know if you guys know this, or maybe for the viewers, you know, you have this arrival time for your viewers that goes kind of like this, right? So the first hour or so, it's still climbing, and then you get hour and a half, 2 hours in, and you hit that kind of plateau. So if you're only on there for 30 minutes or an hour, you're never going to reach your potential. Listen, Carlos, all right, man.
I just wanted to show you the difference between quality and quality.
Yeah. So what I've done is I actually have two photo studio lights.
Soft boxes?
With soft boxes, yeah.
Oh, so I was wondering if you had a soft box.
Yeah. And then you can see the colored LEDs to kind of spice up the background a bit.
Because I've seen other people use.
I remember when you got those.
The built-in ones, but then they also do like the white. They try to do the simulated white box, soft box with just the white card, which kind of softens everything out too, or makes it even brighter, depending. But so
it's definitely like I said, you're selling a product, and you want to. I obsess over it. I mean, every day I just freak out about what can I do better. And I know if you ever watch my streams, depending on what I'm playing, the overlay will match. You know, I've got I'm playing Vampire, so I've got a custom-made Vampire with overlay it's a vampire game. So there's blood, there's red. The notifications are all gory and red, and then on the DJ streams it's different. It's more energy. It's there's less in the way, and on the Destiny streams it's Destiny theme. So there's like glowy lights, and there's animations that go along with the game, and so that's the stuff I.
Do you ever do the green screen?
So I was doing the green screen for a while, and what I found out is it was almost too professional for the stream, for the normal game stream. People really enjoy seeing this. It's like a glimpse into my life. It's a glimpse into my world, and so. Number one, I don't have that right behind me. So anytime I've got 3 dogs. I've got a Great Dane that's 170 pounds. She walks behind me, and people are like,
"Whoa,
dude, is that a horse?
Your couch moved.
Is there a horse in your house or a pony?" And then when the kids come home, or when the wife comes by, she walks by, and the chat lights up. Hey, Mrs. Mind, what's up, Mrs. Mind? Blah blah blah. So it creates a whole new a new
dynamic
way for me to interact with chat and for them to interact with me. Now, on the house party nights, I do video DJing. So all my music has videos along with them, or there's some kind of animation or something that goes with them. Then I'll have a green screen so that I'm not blocking that.
In the house party section, are you just do you have it set up where you're just in the corner? How do you have that set up?
So right where I'm sitting,
Yeah.
I set my turntables up. I move my chair. I set my turntables
Oh,
up.
right
I
here.
put the green screen right behind me.
People are behind you. Okay. Oh, the green screen's behind you. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just me. I'm just me and Twitch, and they request songs, and we go. Last Saturday we played for like 4 hours, and
That's
we
crazy.
we played all sorts. Man, we were like 70s rock all the way to Chicago house music and some Detroit
Was it pushing
house
your
music
limits of your library?
No, man, because I love it, dude. That's
Yeah.
my favorite thing. It's my favorite. I love it. People are like, you can't handle this, and I'm like, watch me.
Yeah, I'm wondering
Watch
because
me
it's
play.
become a game. Like, oh no, I got that. Watch this.
Watch me play Johnny Cash right now because you can't handle it.
Nice, awesome.
Because Johnny Cash was a big house head.
Yeah.
You guys didn't know that.
Jailhouse. Jailhouse.
Ah, there it is.
Wow.
Jailhouse.
That wasn't even supposed to be a joke. That was supposed to be like in addition to, but I guess I'll take the crickets. I'll catch that now. I'll catch that now.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
So you're usually when are you usually on Twitch?
Oh yeah, give me the details.
Oh yeah. So basically Monday through Thursday, I start streaming at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and we just kind of go until usually it's about 10. And then Saturday night we start up the stream since it's a party. We've coined it the Saturday Night Swarm.
Nice to swarm.
There are a lot of gamers that had stumbled across the channel, and it's a huge group of people that they all join together and play a game, and they were looking for entertainment while they were playing the game, and they happened upon my stream. And so now I have basically become their official DJ. It's a gaming group of about 20,000 people, and I am their official DJ now. And so every Saturday night we have the Saturday Night Swarm, and they come and party with me. And then Sundays I start streaming at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we usually go to about 3 or 4. But my schedule is always on Twitch, and it will be on the website, mindone.org.
So talk about how you balance your family life. So what is your off day? Or since you're a weekend streamer, like, do you give yourself a weekend every couple of weeks?
No. Especially now because I'm really making a push. I've set myself a goal. I've been doing this for a while. And up until the beginning of this year, I was just kind of doing it for fun. I was having fun doing it, but it also still took a lot of time.
Yeah.
And so now I've dedicated myself to make it a business and make it happen. Like, I'm going to be partnered. I am going to make this work and make it a product. So Friday nights are family nights. I don't stream. I don't do anything with the stream. We go to a movie. We play games together or whatever. We hang out. And other than that, I mean, I always try and incorporate my wife and my kids. Like I said, I play games with them on Monday and stream it. And my wife is my business partner, so I'm trying to keep her in the loop as much as possible.
Right.
But there's times when it's like we need a break, and if that's the case, then we take a break. I mean, that's all there's to it. But with Twitch, I would say I'll give you a for instance. I had to take a few days off because my wife and my son were in a car accident.
Oh no.
And they're fine. Everything's fine. But during the time that I took that off, I lost 20 subs.
Oh wow.
So because I wasn't there every day. Now they expect me not to be here on Friday, but when I wasn't there Tuesday, I wasn't there Wednesday, I wasn't there Thursday, they dipped. And so that's just the way it is.
It is what it is. Good. That makes sense.
That's what's strange. You've been consistent for a long time because I get the alerts when you come on. And like why unsubscribe?
People impatient.
And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of other people that they could support.
Gotta hold. Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I try and find out about everybody that's in the stream. I try to remember everybody's name and who their wives are, and how many kids do they have, and what were they during the day. Because then it doesn't just create a viewer broadcaster relationship. it creates a
Right.
man. This guy really does kind of care about me, and more often.
And that's
than
a lot
not,
of.
Oh, go ahead.
All I was going to say is there's a book about this called Emotional Branding,
Mm.
and it's exactly that. That's why when I was a kid, everything was use this detergent because it takes those stains out. And now, if you look, and this is on purpose, everything that you see, it's use this detergent because we've been here for all these years.
Oh yeah,
right?
Take care of your
So
family.
so it's not the effectiveness because a detergent, Cheer versus Tide versus whatever the hell else, all of those things take stains out now.
Mm-hmm.
But they always go to those emotional things like, oh, the little kid is running home from school and mom just got done putting the laundry up and all that stuff. Because we've been here forever. And you're like, yeah, that's right. So that, and
because your mama used to use it.
And her mama used it.
So that's all of that is on purpose. Yeah. However, the difference between what they're doing and what you're doing is you actually have the direct relationship. And I think that's a very important, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, especially if you're trying to make a living off of selling your art or being an independent or anything like that. They had detergent when you were a kid. Noel, yo.
Yeah, quick with it.
She is on it right now. She's funny. She's always giving me a hard time. But no, back to the point was, if you're trying to make a living as an indie, and you're especially like some of these folks that go to Comic-Cons and they're trying to sell prints and books and all this stuff, it's really important to keep those relationships intact.
Yeah.
Important.
Here's a question that I always find interesting. Would you rather have, I don't know, 1,000 followers that are semi engaged and semi into what you're doing, or would you rather have 100 followers that basically eat up everything you have?
100 every day, all day.
Great. You got the everyday number.
Because even if we had 1,000 people, and out of that 1,000 people, there's still only going to be 100 people that are talking and engaging, right?
Right.
And those are the people that I appreciate. Everyone who stops to the stream tremendously, and I've told this to the people that have been here, that everybody who's in my stream right now, it means the world to me that they're there, and I will do anything to help them. I mean, more often than not, I get a DM through Discord, or I'll get a DM through Twitch. It's like, hey, can you help me with streaming, or a personal problem. People DM me personal problems.
Wow. Cool.
And I love it. I love being able to help people in that way. And I love that this platform has afforded that. So I would love to just, the 100 people who are dedicated and who share this, passion of I don't know, what we do together. That's what I
streaming.
Have that all day long.
Or community building.
Yeah, that's it, for sure.
Quite honestly.
So, Mike, talk about the process that you're going through right now, since you're making that push this year.
Yeah. So
what's it take to get to that partnered level? So what do you have to do?
Basically, what really pushed it was I had to rebrand the channel. It had a bunch of underscores in the name, and trying to shout that out over a club or just been passing, you can't shout out underscores. Number one, it sounds terrible.
Right.
Takes too long.
It's confusing, under what?
Yeah, mine _1. What? You mean write the word underscore?
So I had to switch brands, and when I did it, it was 4 days before Twitch allowed name changes.
Oh.
And so I started a brand new channel with 0 followers.
Brutal.
So that was at the beginning of this year. It was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we hit 1,000 followers.
Oh, congrats.
And so when I did that, as I saw that climbing, I was like, okay, this is going to happen. Like, this is happening. So I started really putting into place certain aspects, like a business plan. Like, I need to set goals so that I can reach them. Like, I need to have 150 subs by the end of next month or in 2 months or whatever that number is that I set for myself. I need to make sure that my schedule is always up and people know where I'm at and what I'm doing 100% of the time. I need to advertise. I've started advertising on Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is too damn expensive to advertise.
Right?
Jesus,
really?
Criminy.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah.
It's let us automate your advertising. It's only $99 a month. It's like, get out of here. I don't need that noise. I'll just post. It's fine.
Yeah, automate.
So, and then again with the on Twitch, what you have to do is you have to be present. You have to build a presence. I applied for partnership about a month ago just to see what it was all about.
Right.
And what they do is they run your name through a search, and they see how much presence you have on the net, and you get that report. I don't know if
how
that's
much
the way
is it?
What's that?
Is it free?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What I'm saying is, I don't think they meant it that way. I think it's just part of their return email to say, hey, we really appreciate you being a part of our community. But there are certain milestones that you have to hit, and I wasn't there, and I knew I wasn't there, but I just wanted to see what the process was like. And I got this thing in return that was like, they do this search and they find everything about you, and they see where you are everywhere and how you rank on everything. And they
just went to Facebook and bought. They just went to Facebook and bought your.
Yeah, right. And that really, that drove it home for me that, like, okay, I need to have a legitimate brand. Like, it's not just me.
Right.
I have to create a brand that when they go and search me, I'm everywhere, and in a positive way. I'm everywhere. I've got merchandise. I've got other ventures. I've got, right now I'm up to like 10,000 likes on my Facebook page. This presence everywhere. And that will help that push. And then just be consistent and make good content. That's it.
Consistency is key.
It is 100%.
Yeah.
And one tidbit for you guys that are going to start streaming or start streaming more consistent and make a thing out of it. The latest report came out about Twitch, and it's like 80% of people who stream will quit within the first 90 days.
Perfect.
So if you make it 91 days, you have beat 80% of people on Twitch.
You're in there.
Huh.
So all you got to do is keep going. All you got to do is keep pushing.
That's a big
thing, guys.
Perseverance.
But let's be real. That's basically everything that you do.
That's a lot of
Oh,
not like there's a whole bunch of people that are like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. Someone in the chat. I'm gonna go to the gym. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Ooh, who are you attacking right now?
Yo, I love that. It's my favorite one. It works so good.
But no, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to get in shape and all this other stuff, and they go to the gym and they overdo it, and then they only last like a week and a half, and then that's it.
You better stop talking about the chat. You don't want that smoke.
Well, and that's the other thing too. You asked about balance. You have to balance it.
Yeah.
If you don't balance, because I have a full-time job too. So I've got a full-time job. I stream every day almost. I've got a wife. I've got kids. Mm-hmm. And we have another business. My wife and I own a dance studio. So that's another business that we run.
Oh, wow.
That's okay.
So, if you don't balance it, number one, you're gonna burn yourself out on Twitch. You're gonna hate it because then it turns into a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it can't be a job until it's a job. Like if you make it a job before it's a job, it will never be a job. So
facts,
right? Bars.
There it is. Bars. Yeah, facts. Bars. That's what I should say. What about that?
But there's a lot of work that goes into it, and if you want to do it for fun, just to get out there and start. Here's the other thing too, especially for creative people. If you're gonna stream on creative, it will make you a better creative.
Yeah,
because
I completely agree.
You're in your own headspace. You know, you watch what you do, you know what you do, but you see it from your angle. Another person watching you might go, "Hey, well, you know, why wouldn't you try it like this?" Or when I do it like this, and you're gonna go, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea," you know, and maybe try something new. Or it just pushes you to be a better artist, a better creative, regardless of what you're doing. If you're making music, if you're drawing, if you're singing, if you're playing guitar, DJing, whatever, it makes you a better creative. It doesn't make you a better gamer though, and I am living proof of that.
More practice.
Sorry for rambling on. This is a
no.
This stuff.
You were not rambling.
It's all good. Like I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to take notes.
You shut your mouth, sir.
I do want to talk about the importance of Team Mind One. How cool is it? Is it cool that to have a partner that actually understands what you're doing and is part of getting to that point?
Oh, you talking about my wife?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she is. It's. I don't even know how to put it into words. I mean, awesome is a word, but it doesn't explain what it is to have that partner support me. I mean, she has to deal with me on a daily basis.
She has to deal with me. So awesome.
And she does, man. She puts up with it, but she supports me. And, you know, it's the best feeling in the world when I've had a great stream and I get done and I've got this, you know, this smile on my face and this kind of glow about me. Nice. And I go upstairs and she's like, "How was your stream?" That question, that one question just tops the night.
Yeah.
And we talk about it, you know, and it's fantastic. And it's necessary because there are times when I have a bad stream or I'll have a bad week. And I'll say, "Hey, you know, I don't know." There's been many times where I'm like, "I don't know if I should keep doing this." Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. You know, I don't know if I want to do it anymore. Yeah. I think I should quit. And she'll say, "You know, you're good at it. You should. You know, you're gonna have bad nights.
We're too deep, son. You better stop your crying and get back to. You better get back to having some good streams."
Yep. So. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome. And like I said, it is necessary, whether it's a wife or a friend.
Right.
And again, you find those people in your chat, in your crowd, in your viewership, and you hold on to those people because they are going to be the ones that, number one, that drive you on and root you on to the top.
Yeah.
And it's such a great journey. This sounds really weird, but it's such a great journey for them to go on with you because there's people in here that have been subscribed to me for a year now, and they can remember when it was me and them, and that's it, you know. And I still treat them the same way as I did that day. Now,
this chat room is really it's losing it.
I'm over here spilling my heart, and
Carlos and Carlos is just laughing about peeing on the seat.
Yeah, you gotta hold it together, buddy.
Noel said, "Now bladder control issues." It reminded me that once we went on a tangent that was absolutely nothing to do with the main topic, and I look up and someone had written like, "What are we talking about now?" And then Shiloh had said, "We never know where this is going."
Just listen.
All right. That means it's time for
Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come.
Mind One.
Yes, sir.
Mr. DJ. Pusha T or Drake?
Oh, Drake.
There you go.
Nice.
Good answer.
Let's see what we got here. This is a threefer. Xbox, PlayStation, or console.
Ooh.
You mean
Console.
Xbox, PlayStation, or
Or
PC?
sorry, PC.
Back up.
PC
the high
Master
console?
Race, please. PC
What'd you
Master
say?
Race, please.
PC Master Race.
Come on, dude.
Master.
Consoles
Perfect.
are for plebs.
Yo,
Come at
you
me,
went,
bro.
you went real gamer room.
Come at me, bro.
Woo!
Something tells me that key is gonna wear down.
Yo, so good. Jack gets me.
Jack is gonna wear a hole in it.
Weird. So weird that shit gets me. You're right there with that one. Each week it's
Doom
just
Tunes
better and
Council
better.
Meet
Boom,
Friday.
boom.
Yeah.
He said pleb. Oh, streamer through and through. It's awesome. You're awesome.
All right. Would you rather play games or play music?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
You better be careful how you answer.
Yeah.
Let's
That
see
one's
what
a tough
happens
one,
when you
dude.
get to know me. I know a little more.
I would say, I don't know, man. I've been a DJ for 20 some years. I would probably rather play music.
That's a good one. All right. When it comes to branding, would you rather make pins or stickers?
Stickers all day, every day.
Sticker person.
Yeah, stickers go everywhere, man. Pins hurt.
That's good. It's true.
Very true. All right. As far as events go,
I love the little pop-up notes.
Say that one for later.
Yeah. Okay, as far as events go.
Would you rather go to Adobe Max or something like a GDC?
You know, I had a blast at Adobe Max. I've met a lot of interesting people. This one guy that keeps wanting me to be on his podcast. I'd rather go to Adobe. There's so many creatives there, and it was definitely worth the time going.
Are you gonna go to one of the packs? Anything like that as a streamer? Are you gonna,
so
you have a goal for one of those?
That's part of the push. I'm trying to get to TwitchCon. Definitely gonna go to a PAX. There's one of the games I play is Destiny, and they have a Guardian Con, which is a huge fundraiser and a huge convention for streamers and gamers.
VidCon was this week too.
VidCon, that's more YouTube though.
Is that more just YouTube?
Yeah, that's more YouTube.
All right,
Yeah,
and then the last.
Goal. I didn't know about the Twitch one. How big that one?
Yeah, TwitchCon is actually out here. Actually, I think last year it was in San Francisco. You know what's funny is the cool thing about walking around in San Francisco. I accidentally walked into like an Adobe conference once.
Oh, nice.
It was all decked out, and I was walking around. And I go to walk into a room, and someone was like, "Where's your badge?" I was like, "Where the hell am I?"
That's his default, right?
That's
his default.
the wrong
no,
answer,
good
man.
way he was wandering around where he wasn't supposed to be.
All you got to do is say, especially in there, all you got to do is say, "I'm Doctor Who," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, you're good."
Yeah.
Where's your
They're gonna
TARDIS?
think you're another San Francisco bum.
Those guys. I was in San Francisco yesterday, and I took a picture of the sign that it was on the inside of the restaurant facing out, and it said, "Please don't sleep here."
Oh, good night, Landon.
Oh, Landon, thank you so much, man.
Hey,
I really appreciate that.
Got a new follow.
That's super nice of you, dude. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
So following and being a sub
they're different.
obvious.
Yeah,
They're different. Yeah.
follows are basically just you can choose to get notifications when the streamer goes live, and when you go to now live section in your dashboard, I'll be in there. Subs are how I get paid.
Okay.
You pay
That makes
$4.99
sense.
a month, and you get some benefits. You get emotes and stuff, and I get part of that as a paycheck.
And that's what he's working toward, right? So
And
I
that's
have
why,
subs now.
you got subs
and
now.
that's why subs make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Ah.
I am what is known as an affiliate.
So you're affiliate. Okay.
Yeah. So there's an affiliate and then there's partner. There's two different levels.
Mm.
I've been affiliated for a while now, and I'm open to subs, but I don't get as many benefits as a partner does. So, like I can't get featured on the front page. I don't get as many emotes as a sub or as a partnered streamer would. But that's why I'm pushing towards partnered is.
And what's the hurdle? Like, is there a certain concurrent number you have to have?
Yeah, so you have to average 75 viewers for 30 days straight.
Oh,
which is a pretty large number to hit.
And that's including your day off or just anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So you so you have to average 75 concurrents.
Right. So that's 0 for your day off.
That's a big fat goose.
Yeah.
So we're working towards it, and we're getting closer. I mean, it's my Saturday nights are my best nights because it's something unique, and oftentimes it will be in a club, and that adds a whole nother element to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
And the other nights are growing as well. I mean, like I said, with this push, I've gotten my numbers have jumped up, and we're doing it, man. I'm having fun. We're doing it.
Getting it done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Last one. While you're walking around the house practicing talking,
nice.
Would you reach for buttered toast or cinnamon toast crunch?
Cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, wow, that's the best cereal on the planet.
I don't go that far, buddy. Come down.
What?
No.
What
about that golden graham?
What about that golden graham?
Golden graham.
Golden grams are okay. They're no cinnamon toast crunch, but
You know why cinnamon toast crunch is the best?
Why?
Because there's no Aldi off-brand of it, right? There's Aldi off-brand of it.
Sure there is.
No.
Yeah, cinnamon toast crunch. Yes, there is.
There's a Kroger off-brand that's not very good.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Cinnamon poop pebbles.
Sponsor.
Actually, you're about cinnamon.
Cinnamon poo crunch. Okay. So thank you for playing. That means it's time for...
Remix it, Jack. Shots, boom, boom.
Remix.
He's gonna do it one day with the air horn.
All right,
let that cook.
I'm gonna show you guys. This is on the Sketchzone account, but I am legit following this guy on Coconut Justice. But this is Ross Tran. Instagram.com/Ross Draws.
YouTube is amazing, though. His YouTube
yeah. Dude is a whole batch of bananas.
That's so good.
Dude, you should see his YouTube.
And this is the beginning. I know, we heard you. Relax.
It's a good one. You did a bit. I'm giving you props, man. It's a good one.
This dude, speaking of streaming on Twitch, look at. This is Jeff and his family right here. This guy is nuts, and well, there you go. He
uses himself as reference too, male and female.
Yeah, it's
so clean.
Look at this. Exactly.
He referenced himself.
How many of it? Yeah,
I've seen him. He has videos where he turns himself into a girl. Yeah.
Did he put his lotion on the skin?
When is that they done? I mean, he draws over. When he's done, it's legit whatever he was trying to draw. Yeah.
But look at the even just the point of view. Like, there's not a lot of people that go half in, half out of the water. Yeah, for the record, she's floating on something. It might be the top of the water. It might not be. I don't know. She's buoyant.
Yeah.
She's buoyant.
Isn't it a surfboard or something?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because it's got the fins there, right under the cap.
No, that's the tail.
No, the fins under the cap.
It's the surfboard fins. Yeah.
Well played.
See how Carlos did it? Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I knew that.
Honestly, I didn't. I wasn't looking that deep. So yeah, look at this dude's rendering skills are off the charts.
Man.
That one's cute. Bananas.
So he has a Patreon page also that where he's basically, keeping himself afloat too. So if you want to see his process and go through all these things, you can grab it there.
But yeah, this dude, I just sit and leaf through his things, whether or not I've seen it. There he goes. YouTuber, Raw Straws. Boom.
Nice.
So just for kicks.
So good.
Here, this is what we'll do. We'll scroll down just a little bit to get a good look at a lot of the stuff that there's how he makes himself into a girl, Jack. He's straight up.
How you do it?
He's funny too. And Jack, he puts special effects in his in his videos too. So like for his transitions and other stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Before he was just drawing, it's so funny that now he uses himself as reference. This is like a new thing he's been doing. Like,
anyway,
like crazy. Like,
there's some really good dance music playing when that video plays. But yeah, this is like dude is nuts.
mm-hmm.
There you go, Bob Ross.
Love it. Happy little trees.
And then, like, when he does these, they're so simple and clean.
Yeah.
And so well done. And then this is when he first started. No, just kidding. I like when people do this, when they redo a kid's drawing.
Yeah.
I love when people do that. Because I bet you that kid is just addicted to drawing now.
Yeah,
like this. That's crazy.
I don't know how you guys do it. I'm jealous.
And there's a Wix commercial, so we're good. So yeah, take a look. Instagram.com/Ross, ROSS draws, DRAWS.
awesome.
Charles,
Yes. So
you ready to shut this place down?
showing top 3 artists on Charlie's personal list of people.
You're showing 3 today?
No, he's in my top 3. No, but I won't show 3. I gotta find my application window. Where's that? Let's do this. Pull it out.
Okay, we only do this every week.
No, there it is. I just had to pull it out of the tabs. So calm it down, Jack. Bring it back.
Do I need to fire the gunshots?
Don't gunshot me, please. My whole life in front of me.
Don't headshot me.
Let's check this out. Here we go. Share.
Hey, I was just looking at this dude.
Rafael Grassetti
Yeah.
is one of the premier artists in the game industry, but also he's done it all. So he's done a little bit of film stuff. He's done a little bit of game stuff. He's done more game stuff for years. Pinnacle artist in terms of a character artist. He works at the coveted Sony Santa Monica studio, and arguably he's the art director of the Sony Santa Monica studio. That's why. But he's also started out as like a character artist or whatever. He worked on the new God of War. God of War has been one of the best reviewed games, if not the best reviewed game ever. It came out this year, and it's I've been playing through it, but from an artist standpoint and a guy who's worked in the industry, it's like perfect.
It's beautiful.
It's literally perfect. Metascore is like off the charts. It has perfect 10s throughout it. It's the best mixture of cinematic plus real time plus story that you can do in a game today. There's no game, in my opinion, out right now that's been out that's ever been better than this. This trumps Halo. This trumps any other game because it's just good, dude. I can't.
Do you like the game? Is that what you're saying?
I love this game, and I'm not even talking about the game.
Charlie a towel.
I'm not even talking about the game right now. I'm talking about just the artwork. I can't get finished because I'm literally not playing the game. I'm stopping and being like, okay, cool. How did you do that? Or okay, is that real time displacement? I start geeking out over how they made it because Sony threw all the money at this game. Here's the main character, Kratos. Let's look at him. Just phenomenal character work and texture work and anatomy and the whole 9.
Damn.
Really good stuff.
Damn.
Like, he just goes in.
Those arms are legit.
Mm-hmm. And like the doc, I had to stop myself because I love you guys, Carlos, Jack. I love making loves and all that stuff. So when I got the game, they had a PDF, and I was like, "Oh, it's like the making of." And I flipped through the first couple. I was like, "Charlie, you can't do this because you don't spoil the game." Then all of a sudden, like it scared me because I was quiet. It was late, and then people start talking. I was like, "Did they put commentary to the whole like digital art book?" And it was like they grabbed everybody in the same room, put them in the same room, and did like digital commentary for the whole game.
Nice.
And I'm like, when did you have time to make this and make the game? Like the level of like process that they did for the game is a rollout in itself. And like, so now all the artists are starting to put these things up. So ArtStation has a bunch of the different artists. Like obviously Raphael has the most of them up, but like the level of like processing, look at these renders, unless they've been doing them now since the game came out, is ridiculous. So when they do this, they call them art dumps. When they do art dumps of like just where they just show you every part of every character, every angle, like the amount of rendering. And I mean, we're doing this now at work for me for our new portfolio site. So this is been my life for the last 2 months of like going back through 40 something projects and like trying to like put together a narrative, that looks good on the site. Like my hat's off to them. There must be like finishing characters and having tasks to render them out, and for the book and for the art books and stuff like that. They had a like art showing at one of the galleries in like LA like last week or something through Noman, like, and people came out and looked at all the artwork from the game, and like it's just ridiculous. The amount of stuff, like it's great. So Raphael Grassetti, he does great work. He also when you're at this level in terms of character artists, you can have another side gig as like of doing really cool ZBrush sculpts and then send them to another company and they do like digital sculpts. They do 3D
Your
sculpts.
part-time job is counting all the cash you're laying on.
Yeah. So now, like if you ever go to Comic-Con and you see those statues in the glass case that sell for like $600 or something like that. Well, he does those type of statues now because the 3D printing is sophisticated enough to like match color and everything, and like it's really cool that he can do that. Look at this stuff.
It's amazing how far the gaming industry has come.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's funny because I had to write a paper on if gaming was art, and I was arguing for the fact that it was art. I mean, look at this. You can't.
How is it not?
Yeah.
I've been saying this for a long time now. Like, I'll put a game artist like this at this tier against anybody that says it's not art. Pretty much like I'll put it even in film, because I've ran into some like VFX and film guys and stuff like at meetups even this year. Because I can think early on back in the day, people would be like, well, it's not the same quality, it's lower quality. But like I ran into I like to call him a unicorn now, of like where we had a nice little like conversation, about how game art's on the same tier as like in some instances as film. And they're like, no, the characters are not even nowhere near. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
Right.
Like, what rock have you been under? But okay.
He must be a console pleb.
Pleb. So good. But yeah, Raphael Grassetti, please check him out. He's got a lot of he does a really good job of showing off his stuff. He's on Instagram also, so if you want to find him on Instagram, here he is on Instagram. If you're an artist and you're looking for process stuff that he's done or like tutorial stuff, he's done a lot of talks at ZBrush Central on that website. Pixelogic has had him over. The Noman School, the famous Noman School out there in LA, they've had him for different talks. So you could definitely go to YouTube and find talks where he's talked about character art and all that good stuff. And he has some other stuff that he's been doing lately too. So he even does like some more of the stylized stuff, which looks really cool. He's been doing.
I saw that just earlier today.
Yeah,
Edith
yeah.
Murder. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love when he like does this because it just shows that we can do this too. I don't have to
Yeah,
just
so
only
good.
do character based stuff. This was even cool where he did a fan art from
Oh, nice.
Logan. So
Yeah.
like he's just trying something different, and then like he's done, you know, the Iron Spider-Man. Love it. He'll go. He does the stuff where like I went and saw this the other night, and now I feel like I need to come home. Or I saw the new Avengers, so I came home and model the exact same
this
model
is how I
from
would
his
have done
head.
it.
From his head, like I was inspired by the movie, so I came home to make. I'll just make them, and get the likeness down perfect. The texturing and the shading and all that good stuff. I'm like, he nailed the likeness. It was awesome. So check him out. He's really good.
Definitely.
There he is. It's cool, and he's Latino too, so it's always cool. He's always doing stuff in both English and Spanish. So it's like really cool. He's like really
speaking of toast.
Yeah. He's really community driven too. So like I like him. I like him, man. He's good.
Cool.
Check him out. Get him in your life. Check him out.
Hell yeah. Good one, Chuck.
Yep.
That's the unfortunate part of Charlie and Artist Inspiration. He kills it so often that people are like, oh, okay, yeah. Thanks.
No, what's been killing it technically? Jack's been finding the most obscure, awesome stuff lately, though.
Unique stuff, yeah. Look at he's got something cooking.
I know he has something over there. What do you got?
It's not obscure. Actually, everybody's heard of him, but maybe not what I'm about to show.
See?
Just hang on. And actually, all right.
This guy makes sculpts out of toenails.
No. So, okay, everybody's heard of Dr. Seuss.
Right.
Everybody knows this dude.
Yeah.
But I have never, and I'm a Dr. Seuss fan, I didn't realize that he also made sculpts of most of his characters.
Wait, what?
Huh.
Really?
Yeah. And actually, I found this out like a couple months ago, but Corey briefly talked about it on the show last week, like super briefly. He's like, oh yeah, I was seeing the exhibition with his sculpts. Okay, so go to his website. It's drseussart.com, and you can see all his normal stuff. But then he had this whole series called Unorthodox Taxidermy. And he
Jack,
made.
Before I forget, and I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. There's a Dr. Seuss museum in San Francisco. When you come up here in the next week,
I'm going.
Let's put that on the to-do list.
Oh wow, okay.
So he took most of his characters and he did like sculpts of them in the taxidermy style. So
really?
these are his characters, not fan art. They're his characters done by him.
That's so awesome.
And
if you want to see some of these, let's go to that museum.
I do want to see them. So
I got yelled at for trying to take a picture, by the way.
I just think this is like the coolest thing, and the weirdest thing is that
so cool. Yeah, I didn't know he.
And the weirdest thing is that he intentionally did not want them released like to the public until after, because I was reading about him until like after his death.
Really?
So he had them all stored up in his house, in his personal gallery, and he instructed his daughter or his family, whoever handles his estate, to like do this once I'm done.
That's awesome.
But these are like super pro. Like this is like what these ZBrush people do to like fan art.
Yeah.
And this is like his stuff, like fully sculpted, fully painted. Like it's super legit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss's drop just went up like
it's like tenfold. I was like, okay,
100 spots in my all-time list now. I didn't know he did this.
No, I didn't either. And this was like, I had no clue.
So what do you think in the mind of an artist why he would not want to show this off till he's gone?
I don't know. It's pretty weird.
It's very surreal as it's kind of a different look on what he's created, because we know Dr. Seuss as this, child-friendly, playful, happy kind of thing, and these sculptures, even though they're the same characters, I don't get that same vibe.
Well, you got to think about it though. Like 2D artists, when you're drawing stuff, it's totally different when you have to realize it in 3D.
Yeah.
So like, this is why I'm loving it, because like it's really hard to do. Like, especially Dr. Seuss characters, right? Like I even when they did the Horton Hears a Who
Yeah.
And there's a new Grinch one coming out. That was one of the things I read about in the art books as well as in the making ofs. Like those like iconic characters are really hard to get on model, like get perfect. So he was able to just do it because he made them, right? So like,
wow,
this is the best ever. Like
that's so good.
Yeah, so apparently some of these were sold out privately, but a lot of them, I guess, are on display in the Seuss Museum in San Francisco. So, y'all want to see them in person?
I do.
Where to go?
That's sick.
But otherwise, go to drseussart.com.
And he painted them and stuff too?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Noel says it's like his final gift to the world. Yeah. And they're really cool. The thing about the museum, they have this little old lady that sits there and shakes her fist at you if you try to take pictures. So I walked in and I did the museum and everything, and I looked, and it's not that big. You can if you hurry, you can see the whole thing in like 10 minutes. But I took my phone out and she was like, and I was like, I'm answering a text. Get off my face.
Get off my face.
Get out of my face. Sorry, that was
better. Get off my face.
That could have gone a couple
hoping
different
that
ways.
So much fun.
I was hoping that we're gonna adult through that, but we didn't.
We didn't.
So then when I went outside, I took my phone out and I started taking pictures through the window. And then when she looked up, I lauged at her and I took off running.
What part of that were we adulting?
So you didn't adult through that at all. Oh, Corey said that those sculptures are like large too. They're big. Like how big are they? They're like, are we saying like this? Like they're like huge?
It's too late for me to come on.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just throwing things out there, see what sticks.
How about you, Jeff? Do you have anyone you want to?
I do. I don't know if I can do the share thing. Let's try it. Right?
You can.
It's this guy, right?
You can go share application window. Yep.
There you go.
All right. So this guy's name is Nikos. I stumbled across him a while ago, and like I said,
yes.
a lot of my inspiration is graffiti based, and I feel like it has a place here, but this isn't graffiti. I mean, some of it is, but it's these crazy exploded views of popular characters that we know.
Oh my gosh, I've seen
Love those.
something like this before.
Yeah.
It's so dope, and his line art and his coloring is just on point. You got the Bugs Bunny, and they're all popular characters, and they're kind of gruesome a bit, but at the same time, there's something just.
Yo, the Lego's blowing my mind right now. Go back. The Lego.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Where was he at? Where's it? Up to the top? No.
At the center of the page.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so good. So this is one of the guys that he posts all the time, and
he actually has eyeballs behind the pages. The black dots. What a horrible life to live. Because it's like it can't come off. So these are large scale too. Like
yeah. I mean, look, this is the side of a bus. I mean, that's
that's sick.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's
That's
where
what
the
the
graffiti
bus
comes
looks
in.
like with no
this
skin.
Is dope. There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought it was really neat, and
that's dope.
It's unique. It's different. It's not your everyday. Oh, look at this. It's not your everyday type of art. He takes something that we're real familiar with, and just puts this crazy twist on it, man.
Nice.
He's like, this is not scientific research. However, this might.
He should have dissected Krang, because Krang's already a brain.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So.
It's like a mini Krang inside of a Krang.
Good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome. I think it's fantastic. Cool. So, Mind One.
Yes,
If
sir.
people are looking for you online, where can they find you?
The most prominent place you can find me is twitch.tv/mind1. You can also find me at mindthenumber1.org. And everywhere on social media, because they've all stolen my name and I will murder every single one of them.
Ooh, shots fired.
I'm Mind One TV everywhere else because people have registered Mind One and nobody's posted. I've personally emailed and sent messages to these chumps like, get off my name.
Yeah.
But I haven't received any return. So anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, it's all Mind One TV.
They don't want that smoke.
But you can find me 6 days a week at twitch.tv/Mind1.
And go ahead and follow him on Twitch.
Follow him, please, guys.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do follow, if you stop in, make sure you let me know that you're a Sketch Zone family member.
Part of the nation.
We will chat.
You get 30% off.
The follow. We'll do that for you. We'll do that solid for you.
Hey, deep silky voice. Where can people find you?
You can find me on my Instagram page, CharlieBW3 on Instagram. You can find me at my webpage, which is cargocollector.com/CharlieB Williams. You can find me at Almighty Pinterest, CharlieBW3. Inspirations abound if you like what you see. Only artist inspiration and a bunch of other VR, AR, and information overload art-wise and dev-wise. Check it out.
Beautiful. How about you, Jack?
You can find me at sketchbookjack.com and sketchbookjack pretty much everywhere else.
That's
How about you, Carlos?
So that's so compact and wonderful. We got to talk to Charlie about compacting all his stuff.
Yeah, bullshit. I do what I want.
You do. That's true.
That's true. Oh, hey. You can find me at carlosartgomez.com.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
You can also go to coconutjustice.com, and you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Behance, Twitch.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Do it.
Coconut Justice. And now I'm all amped up now. Now I want to Twitch a lot
You should.
more.
I want to Twitch.
I've been moody.
If you guys need any help,
For twitching.
hit me up. I will help you.
I will. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit you up. I want to get there.
And there's a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about, like just to see if you wanted to play around with some stuff that I've been testing too.
For sure.
So yeah, Coconut Justice, pretty much just do a search for that and you'll find me. This is Sketch Zone. You can go to sketch.zone. This was episode 147.
Bam.
That means
we're getting up there.
We got a lot of stuff out there, and we got some really good things that are about to happen. As far as guests go, we got some really good ones that we just have to figure out the schedule. I thought this wasn't a good one. This was a fantastic one.
Yo,
No more of these chumps. Like
shots
mine.
fired.
No.
Listen, guys. Sorry about this chump. We do have some really good ones.
We
best idea I've ever had.
every once in a
Thank
while
you,
we
Jack,
get some
man.
filler, but
Yeah. You're running circles. Running around. That was curly, man.
oh boy.
Chat, you'll notice how many shots Carlos fires off in a given episode. We will document this now. But it's great.
You guys need a shot fired counter.
All right.
You have a little counter in the corner.
Yeah.
I probably can do that.
Shield.
Can I do that with Streamlabs?
Yes, you can.
I can do that.
I can show you how.
So yeah, if you go to sketch.zone, we have all the links to pretty much everywhere. We're Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if you're out there and you're about to draw a detail-oriented Butler in Chuck Jones style,
Good luck.
go ahead and post that on Instagram and tag us. Actually go through the process of clicking the button that says tag people and tag us, so then that way it doesn't get in the way of all the other notifications.
The new TV
notifications, yeah, right.
So
I'm
and
actually
then
really
if you
excited
get the chance to watch us live, like Noel and Corey and Shiloh and
Landon
was there, Brandon was here, and there was a bunch of other folks. Doom Tunes. Go ahead and obviously
Shiloh.
we don't ignore you. We try to have you be a part of the fun. But if you're trying to catch us not live, you can find us on Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, and iTunes. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's a button down there somewhere, I think possibly on this side. Yep. Click that subscribe button and then click the little bell right next to it. So whenever we go live, you get alerted. And if you're watching on Twitch, the button is up there somewhere. Go ahead and subscribe there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for us. Thank you all.
Thank you, chat. Shout out to Corey. Also,
you are disruptive, but you'll never be. Well, never say never be banned.
Yeah, what? You gonna throw that ban one out there?
Banned. She's like, all right, cool. Let me tell you about your mama. And I'm like, whoa.
She has nice teeth.
Let's see how far we can push this.
Yeah. You said never. So yeah, that's it for us, y'all. I hope you have a good week.
Yeah, guys, have a good one. See ya.
See you guys
later.